What's going on, stream? Fairdale Kings coming back at you again. Tonight we're going to be watching Mike Vick and Tim Tebow playing EA Sports College Football 25. Should be interesting. If you guys have been keeping up with it, I watched LeBron James play earlier today and absolutely spank some guy for the first two games before struggling in the third game. Getting these celebrity, star-studded athletes playing the game. LeBron was actually had some stick skills. I mean, you can tell that he's been playing Madden for a minute. So to see him actually talking trash and playing, now the video feed was hot garbage. For the kind of money they have for him to play that video feed was terrible today. So hopefully it's going to be a little bit better quality video tonight. But it should be fun. I mean, there's been a bunch of videos that's come out, and this is just going to be the last one of the day, and we'll have some more videos again tomorrow. So this is just going to get us a kick started. What do I think of Virginia Tech using in the 32-man dynasty? They're not a bad option. They're seriously not a bad option. And, you know, playing in the wide open ACC. I mean, yeah, Clemson's a favorite and Florida State's right there. But, you know, I think that Virginia Tech, Miami, University of Louisville, North Carolina to some degree, there's 5 or 6 teams that could win the ACC this year. And, you know, Va Tech looking, you know, up and down, you know, their roster, they've got some guys that can go out and show out just like, you know, anyone else. So it's going to be intriguing. I mean, we're going to get our first glance. I've got my Athlon. I'm not even breaking out the Bible. I'm not breaking out the Phil Steele right now. But they definitely have some key playmakers on that Virginia Tech squad. And of course, you know, the home field advantage is crazy. I mean, it's not up there in the upper echelon with Texas A&M and maybe even Penn State, but it's probably what, I don't know the number. Is it top 10, top 15? So you definitely have that as an advantage. In University of Louisville, we've played, you know, Virginia Tech. There was a rivalry that dates back to before, you know, pre-ACC. So I've always followed, you know, Va Tech, and I loved what Frank Beamer did back in the day. And of course, I'm a huge fan of Mike Vick. No matter what you think and what happened with his personal life on the football field, this guy was dynamite. Dynamite. I mean, we wouldn't have Lamar Jackson if it wasn't for Mike Vick. And, you know, you wouldn't have Mike Vick if it wasn't for Randall Cunningham. So, you know, to see him pick up the sticks and play this, I mean, it's going to be intriguing to see what he can actually do. You know, but these athletes, when you know, when you're in the locker room and you've got a lot of time to kill, a lot of them fall back on playing video games. So give me a minute here. I'm just trying to get some of my other stuff up and running. We should have some stragglers to let people know that we're going to be live streaming tonight, you know, enjoying this watch party. A lot of people were frustrated with the LeBron James video. I mean, I guess they all thought it was going to be live. Like, how in the heck can LeBron play live when he's like in Abu Dhabi or whatever with the Olympic team? I mean, what are we doing? I mean, they're crushing him, and I know people have hate for LeBron, all things LeBron. You know, and I was a Cavalier fan, and I love LeBron, and I hated LeBron when he left and went to Miami, but, you know, I still watched. I mean, but yeah, I mean, the people who watched that live stream earlier today were just crushing LeBron. It's like, dude, if you hate this guy, why are you even tuning in? Like, if you hate LeBron that much, just like if you hated Kobe or you whatever, I mean, why are you tuning in and watching this? And all you do is is complaining. Yeah, I mean, dog. Exactly. I mean, the hype behind Bronny, and I know that he's getting a whole lot of attention right now, but why wouldn't you bring in a 20-year-old, 19-year-old, whatever Bronny is? I mean, he played 1 year in college. But, that's what I would do, is I'd have brought in Bronny. You're 1,000%, correct. Now, I'm not missing anything. Y'all let me know, Chad. Is the live stream, is it started, or am I just sitting here waiting just like everyone else for this to tune into Twitch? Man, come on, man. So that's part of the problem. I'm OG, and I don't know what channel I'm supposed to be on. So let me switch over real quick. Let me pull up Twitch. God dog it, man. Y'all got to help me out. I'm special. I told everyone before, man, I used to ride a little yellow school bus to school. So we're going to be probably late to the party, but at least we're going to make it there. We're jumping in here, guys. I am special to the nth degree. Y'all got to work with me. We're sitting there watching a daggone YouTube page. It's just going to repeat over and over again.
We all know the history. How we're supposed to wait for our turn. Maybe they forgot who we are. We learn from the legends.
Man, y'all got to help me out, man, because any way I can avoid all these ads on Twitch. I mean, I sit here and watch these people play on all the time, and I've got to watch through all these ads. I know on YouTube, the reason why I had ads earlier was I hadn't logged into my account in OBS. So that's what killed me there. So now I'm on Twitch. Is everyone else seeing this same page? If you guys would check in, dog, can you jump on there and double check? I mean, are we just waiting for them to get started? It looks like it's still I'm on Twitch looking at the page, and it says tune in. So I guess maybe they're having some difficulties as me. 4 minutes late. How do I watch? Okay, so we're in the same boat, man. We're all sitting here waiting, so we didn't miss anything other than me just being a total idiot and trying to find the right site. But now we're here, and we're in Ho just like everyone else, waiting for this thing to get kicked off and started. It looks like we're good, dog. I mean, go ahead and check, though, just to make sure. But I just logged in. I went on that site as well, so it looks like we're sitting here waiting just like everyone else. For the chat over there is roasting them like, why haven't we started yet? All right, yeah, there's another scene, so they're pulling up the schedule and displaying that. Man, I don't know what I watched earlier today. I don't know how to react. I want to be PC. I watched that game after LeBron and Frankie Walker, which is 365 Hillwood, and I watched Sketch. Me and Dubby. I could watch that for 3 minutes, man. I had to cut it off. I went to another site, and the guy was also reacting kind of like what I'm doing, and he was watching it, and I was able to mute out the actual content creator. I'm at a loss. How does someone have 70,000 followers watching that happened today? And I'm really confused if that's this character's MO. Because I saw some other videos that he posted where he was supposed to be out of character, acting, like his normal self. I can't watch that, man. I'm sorry, I'm not going to call that the guy, but good googly moogly. I don't know how. Maybe I need to start doing that stuff. I mean, I used to ride a little yellow school bus to school. Came from a small neighborhood. That's what I tell everyone. Yeah, I mean, Ghost Rider, you're right. I mean, I'll sit here and put it out. Now, if you have the standard edition, this game's going to come out on Friday, July 19th. But if you went ahead and you bought the deluxe edition, or if you went all in and said, you know what, I'm going to buy the MVP bundle, well, you're saving money first and foremost. And I save money because I'm also a member of EA Play and whatever. So I paid about $135. And then you factor in if you have the Madden and the college football edition, there's like 4,600 points. That's about a $45 savings. That's $45 value right there. So you're getting a jump start in Ultimate Team for both college football and Madden. So anyway, if you have 3-day early access, everyone's assumed July 16th, but that's not right. You're actually going to be able to start playing the game, and they're going to stagger it. You could play the game as early as 4 p.m. on Monday, July 15th. I think some of the downloads, you're able to download stuff today so that, when 4 o'clock rolls around, you're ready to go. You've already downloaded the game. You're just going to jump in and be ready to play. And what they're doing is, and O-Dog also confirmed it. I said this on one of my lives, or not one of my streams, but one of my videos. In May, when all this news first broke, I told everyone, I said, it says July 16th, you're going to start playing about 4 o'clock. And sure enough, I was right on the mark, because what you don't want to do, check Twitch. All right. What you don't want to do is, it's up. I mean, it's replaying. There it is.
Watching the CFB rundown.
Yeah, we're good. We're Gucci. But what happens is they don't want everyone jumping on the game at midnight and then crashing the servers. You don't want that to happen. It's happened in the past with Madden.
Well, welcome back to the College Football 25 Showcase. Nick Masesco along with you. Just an amazing. If you were hanging out with us these last couple hours, we had a
What's going on, Nick?
Diving into the dynasty.
No, he can't talk back to me. What's up,
there are a lot
Nick?
of people out there. I've seen the chat rolling. You guys are here for one thing and one thing only, and it's a marquee matchup. Joining us now, man needs no introduction. You may know him from Fox Sports. You may know him from the cover of Madden 04, but I know him as one of the most electrifying players in football history. Is none other than Michael Vick. Michael, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
I'm curious, before we hop into the game, when you were back in college,
This studio is nice, guys.
Play a lot of the old school NCAA football when you were in Blacksburg?
Maybe talk about experience there.
It was something that we anticipated. We was waiting on that game to come out, especially when I was on the game. When I guess my first year must have been my second year. Just knowing that, like that's me on the video game. And every year after that, freshman, sophomore, junior year, I didn't make it to my junior year, but knowing that you was going to be on that college football game for a long time.
Here's what I'm going to do, guys. If it is on YouTube, I'm going to switch back over to YouTube because I have YouTube Premium, and I don't want to be stopped with any kind of commercials and ads and all that stuff. So
you're talking about transfer portal, you're talking about NIL deals, you're talking about the players actually being into the game. That's got to be a wild thing to take a step back and realize how much it's changed over 20 years.
Yeah, and it's totally different. I mean, obviously, from when I played.
Looking at the landscape of college football, how much it's changed over the last 20 years. I mean, you're talking about transfer portal, you're talking about NIL deals, you're talking about...
All right, so it got a little repetitive there as I switched from Twitch over to YouTube, but we should be good without any ads because I do have YouTube Premium.
I mean, obviously, from when I played.
Thanks, boss, for that update.
That's just the natural progression in life. Everything is supposed to continue to move forward, continue to get better. I expected the college football game to be in the state now where, we knew it could always be. And it's better for the players. Some schools it's tough for, but, you just got to keep going, rolling with the punches. And at some point, hopefully, your team will get the recruits that have the money to be able to compete with everybody else.
Well, I want to give you a chance
To have the money. 1,000% true.
At some of the uniforms for Virginia Tech, and I think
we got the new uniforms this year.
the new ones are in there. As we take a look, we just flip over.
Bring back memories.
But I've got the feed
Right here.
turned up as high as it'll go.
New home uniform.
Let me see what I can do. Hold on. I'll back into the let me see what I can do here.
As well.
I like the stripe on the
shoulder
shoulder.
stripe's
Yeah,
kinda
that's
nice,
kind of
right?
cool. And I'm a big fan of white shoes, man. So Coach Bingman used to make us wear the black shoes. he said it looked a little more, more intimidating. But white is clean, make you look fast.
You also got the alternate, almost they remind me of the Tampa Bay Buccaneer creamsicles.
Yeah. I could have rocked that.
You could rock that.
I
Would
could
have
have
been
rocked that
good
with the
in
number
one?
7. That would have looked crazy.
Well, I'm actually gonna pass the sticks off to you. I want you to get just a little taste of play. We're gonna put you in those 2023 unis.
Yeah.
And let you
2023 home.
Yeah, let you have some fun with this one. We've actually set it up Commonwealth Clash. What do you remember?
Yeah, this is
UVA
Commonwealth
was
Cup.
tough back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, what I remember about it, I won two years back to back. It was no way. UVA didn't recruit me. No shade to UVA. It's 25.
Well, okay, we can throw a little shade, just a little bit. That's fine.
But yeah, they didn't recruit me, so I had a vendetta. I had a passion to get back.
As we load
at
in,
them by any means necessary.
I want to get your reaction just to how they got Blacksburg, because you talk about one of the great college environments. I mean, talk to me your memories about
turn
coming
down
out of the
a little
tunnel.
bit.
That crowd was rocking every night.
So during my time, we didn't have the this whole chant and Inner Sandman. We didn't have that. That was Brian Randall and Tyrod.
All right, so I turned down the mic a little bit. Maybe that also helped.
But when you came out that tunnel, I know for me, being able to look up in the stands and see, 60,000 people, and playing at high school and only seeing, 2,000, every weekend. And then it was like my dedication, my hard work that I put in during the week was to make those fans happy and give them something to cheer about, get them up off their feet. So that was always the primary focus.
Kick things
Let's
off
get it.
in Blacksburg.
I get a little warm up before 10.
Well, yeah,
I get a
listen,
little
we want to give
warm
you a
up.
little time.
Yeah,
little
yeah,
time,
I
get your
mean,
feel
you
for
know.
the game. We won't tell Tim that you got to practice
Yeah,
on it a
don't
little
tell
bit.
Tim that.
Look at that last meeting, though. Ooh, sorry.
Last
Virginia.
meeting this past year?
Yeah, it was last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough out
Yeah.
there. Tough out there for the
It's tough out
Cavaliers.
there. It's tough out there for the Cavaliers. All right, let me see. All right. We stay in the pistol. I'm going to try to get as close to our offense as I possibly can. All right, here we go.
A full wide set.
Drones.
There we go. Got him.
Nice, man. You got some players.
Breaking some tackles. I don't know if you know anything about rolling out of the pocket and making some throws. I feel like you did that once or
Yeah,
twice.
you know what, man? That was part of my,
In the repertoire.
yeah, that was part of my regime or what I brought to the table on a consistent basis.
Let me just quell the chat. I see a lot of people talking. Tim Tebow is on his way. He's coming. Don't you worry. We're just giving Vick a little
nice
time
play.
on the
That's a nice
sticks.
break on the ball. Yeah, we just debuting the uniforms.
We gotta show VT some love. I mean, back
Gotta
in the
give
day,
VT some love, man. We coming back strong this year.
man. I'll say this.
Had a good year last year.
Last year, I mean, Virginia Tech has always been one of those places you never wanted to go and have to play in
No,
Blacksburg.
you don't. You really don't, man, because it's a hostile environment, and even the opposing team get hyped to the end of Sandman. So, drones.
Okay.
Come on,
Oh man,
you can't get in the way.
are you talking to your tackle at that point? Like, bro, you gotta.
Oh yeah, I'm
you gotta
definitely
move.
talking to my tackle.
Gotta give him a little
letting
pat on
them
the back,
know,
like, yo,
look,
you gotta
man,
get out of the way, man.
You gotta move your feet over there.
Gotta see some agility from
I
you.
mean, is it a matchup that you can't handle? If so, I let coach know.
Ooh, a little slip screen.
That's running back right here. We was able to keep him. He's a really good player for us last year. We play some defense.
One of the big things in college football is this home field advantage. Did you, like, as a college athlete, like, recognize, like, when you were going into hostile environment, how much of an effect did that have on you guys as you played?
The home field advantage, it's a real thing. It's always about momentum, I think, in football. So, and I think it starts with the defense. Whenever we got the ball first to start the game, I felt like we always went 3 and out.
No kidding. Okay.
And that energy from the crowd and them getting, turned on and being in, being into the game.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just sitting here overwhelmed
what got me
watching this
going.
video and
that's what
gameplay.
gave me
So
my energy. And that's what college football is all about. I feel like whenever you walk into that stadium at home and that crowd.
and looking in
Vex
that play
is
call
wild.
screen, you get to
The
see the
crowd's going
background, the
crazy.
scanning
Hard
of the
for quarterbacks
crowd. You'll
because we
see
got to channel our energy. And we
the
can't get too-
cheerleaders.
we can't get too caught up in the hype in the
there's
game.
different things that
Gotta,
you see. It'll switch. I mean,
make
right now you've
throws
got
under
the
pressure and stay composed.
crowd yelling at them.
College football is different.
It's different, man. It is. It's as fun as it gets. I actually just saw our man Tim Tebow just walked in. We're getting him mic'd up, so we're gonna step away for just a second, get him mic'd up, get him ready to go. When we come back, the marquee matchup. Vick's gonna get a couple more plays in. I swear it wasn't that many plays. We're not getting too prepped out here.
It wasn't even a quarter, baby. It wasn't even a quarter.
We're gonna step away for just a second. When we come back, Tim Tebow, Michael Vick, one-on-one.
Yes,
Don't go anywhere.
sir.
Yeah, so real quick, I mean, I get caught up just sitting here watching the gameplay. I mean, I'm amazed at the animations, the crowd noise, the environment. And then, I'm amazed just listening to, Michael Vick talking about his own experiences when he was in college. So, I'm just sitting back and taking this all in, and maybe you guys are as well. I mean, I don't want to be talking over them. I wish the volume was just a little bit higher. I've turned down my mic, so muting it at times just so we can listen to what's going on. If you guys have any thoughts or feedback, jump in the chat, let me know. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you're hitting like and subscribe. Subscribing is totally 1000%. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. I tell the story. My brother jumped on here about a week ago and was like, dude, I'm not subscribing. I'm not going to pay to watch your ugly mug talk. You don't have to pay anything. It's totally free. It just helps with the YouTube algorithms to make sure that more people are seeing my content. More people in the NCAA football or college football community now are able to watch me live stream, do these reactions. So other than that, man, I'm excited. I'm excited. If you don't know, my role in the NCAA football and college football community, I edited rosters for 12 years. So when the game used to come out for NCAA football, before this pre-NIL era, the game came with just halfback 7, quarterback 5. None of the players had names. I would name every single player on the game and do it for free for the community. And that's helped my status in the community. Not only just, providing the rosters, but also giving tips and strategy and hosting leagues and dynasties over the years. So that's where, my background comes from. I'll say it again. Many of you know it. You've been here. You've listened to me. I coached high school football for 20 years, so I have that experience. I played some semi-pro football. I used those tools to help me guide me through, the college football series. I'm going to focus this year on Dynasty. There's a guy in the chat with us right now. Name is O-Dog. When this game's released, he's going to have a lot of videos about rivalry games and stuff like that. So I'm going to mute my mic again. We'll listen in. I'll chime in when I need to.
College Football 25 Game Day Showcase. Nick Mazesco. We got Michael Vick on the couch. Join us now. Florida Gators legend. Might have won a national championship. I don't know. I'm just a sad Ohio State fan who watched that Florida team beat me. It is none other than Tim Tebow. Tim, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
How cool is this, seeing the college football game back? 10 years it's been since college football was. Actually, I've got something for you. I don't know if you remember this one.
Oh, I do remember this.
I forgot all about that, too.
That is so sweet.
That was the time. That was the moment.
Well, I'll tell you, it's an honor to be here, and it's an honor to play this game. I'm so excited for it. It's also an honor to be...
We all know the history. How we're supposed to wait for our turn.
All right, so we jump back over to Twitch real quick. I think the volume is probably a little bit louder over here. I'm going to turn down this hot mic.
For permission. Neither do we. This is our dream.
Yeah, so that's going to be a lot louder.
And this is our turn.
Yeah. And then why don't we go down to time and flip that to
Is that better, guys?
night game in the swamp.
Let's do a night game in the swamp.
Night game in the swamp. There we go. You ready?
Yes,
Going
sir.
to advance the game. Let's get this bad boy underway.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. We're on Twitch. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know how to stop the ads.
And
I'm
now I
not
want
paying
you
no
to
extra. I already
take it.
paid
I
too
want you
much
to
for
take it.
YouTube's premium.
Legend.
I mean,
That's you. That's you.
No, that's you.
That's one of my favorite
Yeah, it sounds a lot better to me. I
real
mean,
thing when
It's
y'all come out.
100%. It looks
gator-
so real.
Wow.
We walk out, we touch the gator head, and we walk out, we hit the sign, and it's a surreal feeling. And I know Blacksburg's really sweet, the home
Yeah,
and
we
field
got
advantage.
we got to understand, man.
what's going on, Roz? I appreciate it, man. Operation Sports recognized me yesterday in one of their
I'm not gonna
newsletters.
lie, just hearing the bands again in the game.
Oh
is
man,
awesome.
it just
Legend
So
status.
sweet.
It's kind of
So-
hard for me to go to college football.
Had a big head yesterday, walking around, very happy.
Like walking in and all.
O-Dog was also recognized, Big Will, so appreciate you, man. Thank you. Those kind words.
Lot to me. As far as playing college football, man, it was like a dream come true. I dreamt of playing in the NFL, but playing college football, even though Florida didn't recruit me,
Look at those Florida jerseys. Holy cow, man. That is sweet. I didn't know they had this all black murdered out look. This is nice, man. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit excited. That is sweet. I hate Florida. I'll tell you, I'm in Florida State and Miami.
We almost don't have the
So
camera angle
I've got
left
some
because we
family
got
living in
Game of
Ocala,
Thrones
Florida. So
ready to go.
Gainesville's like, I don't
These
know,
guys
40
are
miles
ready.
north of
I get to look at this
Ocala.
place,
Yeah, you get to screen peek a little bit.
I get the screen peek.
But man,
Empty
this is
backfield.
sweet.
I have it. I loved empty. I
Hey,
gotta
Tim.
go to it.
5
With
wide.
the former Wisconsin Badger, Graham Mertz.
So if you guys are playing real, if you're playing this game, you'd be in cover 4 palm right now to cover against this 5
Corner
wide.
route, yes,
Instead of quarters,
Tim Tebow
you'll
knows
line up
where
in
to
palms.
find
Cover
those
4
corner
palms
routes. Those are tough.
with match.
All right, quote me in a little bit.
Just a little tip. I mean, we're talking about strategy and stuff like that. So
It's been a little bit.
helping you guys
Yeah,
out.
it's-
You just have to learn the rules. Like,
It's been-
I'm going to come out with some stuff this week. But you got to make sure you know what everyone's responsibilities are. Like that number 1 receiver on the left, if he would run a slant, the cornerback's
Oh,
going to
here
let
we
him
go.
go and keep with his deep
Empty
half
actually
or
one
deep
of the
quarter.
easiest ways to see a
Oh,
defense,
yeah,
in my
spread 'em
opinion. You
out.
spread them out and you see
See the
it.
field.
And a linebacker, you've got to guard that. You got to jump on that
Myself included, who-
crossing route.
Empty's a little intimidating because you had so many.
But you've got to
options.
know.
But you're
I mean,
saying
it's a
that
lot
basically
into
it's
it.
defense.
So I'll
Yeah.
break it down. I'll show everyone later this week how to run cover 4 palms, cover 4 quarters, stuff like that. This guy just run a shake route. That's a
come on.
contested pass. That's a bad ball.
Picked off, going the other way.
I'll
That
be
was
honest,
quiet
I
down the
actually
swamp.
thought
Yeah, that's a bad ball. He had the
I
shake
thought
route.
he caught
The
it.
shake route was wide open. 8-yard pass across the middle would have been perfect.
Come on, 1-5.
This year.
Oh, look at the stunned crowd. You never like to see the surrender.
Early in the game, man,
this
turnover.
early.
And that's why, I was talking this last night, guys,
Myself.
is that
That was-
I'm going to
you
run the
pat
ball
your
until
chest
you can
right
stop
out.
it. I know Tebow, they're trying to show off, in 5 wide and stuff like that. I'm going to run the ball until someone proves they can stop it. Then I'll break out the passing game. 3 things can happen when you throw the ball. 2 of them are bad. You either complete the ball,
Back in the day,
you throw an interception, or you throw an incomplete pass. I'm going to run the ball down your throat until you prove you can stop it. It is, look, Tebow throws a decent ball. He said his feet got
Look
back
at
on the
that.
third
It
stick,
is
threw the ball, got it out.
routing. Let's go.
Hey, bro, we got a flag early. Delay game, crazy. It was tough getting the call in from the
Crowd
coaches. It
noise.
was loud.
I'm going to decline it. You're just
No,
figuring out
go ahead.
the
What a gentleman.
No, go ahead.
He said, go ahead and take it. No, he's like, no, I declined it.
This is our warm up.
trying to figure out what place we're
Gentleman's agreement there, but he gave him the benefit of the doubt. Was like, no, I'm not going to take this penalty, man. It's early in the game. You're trying to figure it out.
It really is.
Hey, O-Dog, you're 1,000% right, man. Woody Hayes said he went for 2 each time because he couldn't go for 3. Why are you going for 2? Because I can't go for 3. If I go for 3, next I'll be trying to go for 4.
Okay.
And the numbers are in your favor. They really are. The percentages and stuff like that, if you try to go for 2 and you don't get it, you just run it back the next time and it's still 14 points.
Nothing like a night game in the swamp.
It's awesome. You know what's one of the best parts? Is when
You got 2-3 yards to go, depending on if you're in college or NFL. High school, same thing.
when you play there, you really feel like you believe it.
Yeah.
In high school, especially in my background, we never had a damn kicker at Fairdale High School.
When I was in
We
high
just have to go for 2 all the time. We couldn't do nothing else, man.
Nobody got out of there.
We lost games over the years because we never could kick the ball.
Oh man, I like the way they move.
Yeah.
The game feels fast, right?
It's faster.
fast.
I mean, if you guys have watched any of these videos and stuff, and if it's your first time, anyone who calls this a Madden reskin, you're crazy. If you just think they put new jerseys on this and put some new shiny, you're 1,000% wrong, because this college and Virginia Tech in 5 wide. But
Look at that wide
the
hash.
movement is just more fluid. The pace of the game is faster.
Stop routes all day.
If you watch Donovan Edwards play the other day, just beat up on Boudreaux, it was ridiculous with the juke moves, the stiff arms. Bordeaux doing all the spin moves, spinning like a top out there. 5 wide. He's got the check down here, missed it. I don't know why he threw that. I mean, I know why,
Lucky
but
that one was picked.
he had the crossing route going from right to left wide open. Sometimes you got to take the check down, man. That's money. If they want to give you 3 yards, you take it. I mean, they're running mesh is all they're doing. That's the mesh concept underneath.
I would not want to be an opposing quarterback trying to come in with the stadium as this rocking. You can't even hear yourself think, let alone call out hot routes.
Now you got 2x2. You got a wing at the tight end spot. Square one was perfect. That's a good ball. That's a good ball.
Come on, there's my 6, 15, 10.
Oh, no, he hurdled.
Oh, touchdown.
Let's go.
The Hokies silent the home
Hokies
crowd.
Let's go.
On the road.
Breaking tackles and breaking hearts.
That was beautiful. Good job.
He had
Lex.
2 guys, though. He had that out.
Oh, we missed it. Oh,
Nope, you're good.
He also had that square in, but he rolled out the quarterback a little bit, so it was a half roll, so he had to throw it across the body. But if he just stayed in the pocket, he had that 10-yard square in wide open across the middle.
A lot on my defense.
He totally shanked this kid. Well, I mean, that's interesting that he can miss so bad and still put the ball just on the hash. Bordeaux's name. I know, man. He's a Kentucky fan, so I've got to give that guy a rough time. Every time I can talk ill about him, I'm going to. Catching strays on the Mike Vick Tim Tebow video.
One of those deep breath huddles. Everybody take a deep breath. We're fine.
So we got 3x1 here. You got the X receiver on the backside. Kind of remember what your buttons are, guys, because when you're in hostile environments,
So you've got 2 commentary chiefs.
sometimes the icons are going to disappear on you. You're not going to know what guy you're throwing it to. So
And one is
he comes back, hurry up. Now look at the nice touch. All these guys are looking to this Florida sideline. They're waiting for the play call. Even if it's looking at, the poster boards or whatever,
hurry up on this play.
just hurry up. But I mean, heck, why you need hurry up when you spent 10, 15 seconds looking at the sideline trying to get the next call?
Blocking. Good blocking left side.
He's just got him outflanked.
Just give it to the man, let him run.
Just got him outflanked. We're in that inside zone, buddy. What is?
Old school Bears defense.
There you go.
Who's running the 46 anymore?
No, it was 46. Now he's in nickel. All right, so he's in nickel over. At least Mike Vick is.
Favorite place to play, Mike,
3x1.
in college?
I used to love to go to West Virginia.
Morgantown.
Oh my goodness, I have a lot.
Yeah, 12
Options.
12 different hot routes on the buttons, and then you
Are you
got
kidding me?
couple- yeah.
That is a lot.
That is a lot.
insane.
I gotta figure this out. Hang on, I can't do all that right in a second.
Get rid of it.
Oh, good D. We do got a good D.
Now he's playing behind the sticks, guys. When you're on that 1st and 10, you want to at least pick up
What
2 or
about you,
3
Tim? What was
yards
your
to put you in a
favorite
position where you can
outside
run or pass.
You know, one of the places.
Now he's got to either throw a screen here or, I mean, he might run the ball to pick up 4 or 5, but you're probably going to be trying to throw the ball down the field, and he's going to bring in the heat. At least he should. We'll see if he brings anybody if he just plays coverage behind it and just says you're not going to throw over top. But
say LSU.
there's a lot of these top-notch guys that know.
Yeah.
He brought the heat and smacked him when he threw it. Probably threw another pick
Throws
almost.
all the way. Death Valley. Did you
LSU.
ever play Death Valley?
Dobby. Dubby. God, dog, I keep calling him Dobby from Harry Potter. Dubby. He rinse and repeat. You know exactly what he's doing on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down. He just does the same thing over and over. But when he puts you in a bad down, you know you're going to get pressure. And he's going to bring instant pressure.
Fire up, Chips. Eddie the Wolf saying NC
Did you
State.
come out early?
I did not. I stayed all
Stayed all 4
Yeah.
years. Wow. I wish I'd have stayed all 4.
5 wide.
Let's go, D.
Throwing the ball long. Throwing the ball
Good
long.
click.
Brown, bro.
Good click. Wilson spin
Oh, Trey, let's go.
Hey, Brown. He was right there.
Might be the quarter. Even with all this hurry up, it's under 8 seconds.
Quick.
He's
I mean,
gonna.
quick.
I think he's gonna have a great season.
And they're not going to get the snap off because the animations tells them they are looking at the sideline to get the next play. So
All right, end of one.
even though he was no huddle there and they
Really
hustled to the line,
DJ Lagway.
it took a while for everyone to get down the field. And then the
Got ourselves
animation
ball game,
tells you still have to
7-0.
look to the sideline and get your play
Hokies on
call.
top. Joining us now, the man.
So it
the
wasn't
myth, the
instant.
legend,
Maybe if he was turbo, maybe.
is none other than OG Scott O'Gallagher. My friend, good to see you.
Scott has been active on
Legends right here.
Twitter,
Good
man.
to see it.
Like the shoes.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Got to throw back to the Mamba.
Man, how long did you wait for this day?
Long time. Long time. It's just good, man. Just how well 14 was received. Obviously, we go through COVID. And, you know, there's a lot of guys, Chad, Ben, other guys that just held it down for so long just on 14. So it's great. Then you get these two guys in here.
these two
It just
come
makes
in.
everything.
It's unbelievable.
You know, it's awesome.
Little red
I
zone
knew that was
action.
Got the RPO, touchdown.
Oh,
Tutty.
let's go. Come on. Touchdown, Gators.
It's a great play because Vick moved that guy down in the box, but he didn't have no one in the flat. He got the one block he needed, had him outflanked, and goes into the end zone.
Tebow coming in, run the ball. Like, you had no way to defend that red zone offense.
For 1 year.
Okay, 1 year. He threw a nice pass. He threw a nice foul.
Beautiful.
So it goes across. Oh, no. Bit
Oh,
shake.
no.
Yep.
It's fine.
So you don't hit it all the way at the
No,
end.
so
That's middle.
it'll go right to the
Thanks for
middle.
letting me know.
Tap
Got it.
and hold. Tap and hold.
Don't worry, you're going to get it on the kickoff.
No, good talk. Good talk, guys. Now you tell me.
Yeah, you gotta
I
hold
feel you.
it.
Scott, no, I don't want to hear it now, bro.
He's like, I thought I had to go all the way to the end of the meter. Like, no, it's right in the middle.
I got nothing in this
No
race
dog in
right
the
now.
game.
Yeah, no dog in the
Really
game
good
right
talk,
now.
man. We'll see you out there.
So Tebow's in this 3-3-5 stack.
Get the ball into the hands of our best player.
Okay.
That's a good strategy.
Virginia Tech's in the pistol 2x2 here, so you can play quarters if you wanted to. Cover 4 quarters.
Earlier with the comments.
Y is wide open.
Two different commentaries.
Y was wide open.
Coming, I just tried to get rid of him.
So, which is
Had a
great
guy
for
running
guys
right down the seam.
watching this, live is
I like
the
how
stream.
fast it plays.
Man, I
Nice.
like the speed of the game.
Nice. That was a big emphasis for us too. It's funny you guys say that.
No, we got a little bit of a bunch over here. We're still playing here, cover 4 palms if you wanted
Like
to.
college football.
Yep. Yep.
Nice. Oh,
Hooked it up and got smacked.
So there's
down.
a lot of depth. I think it's easy to get into, and then we got like coverage shells that you guys can get into. You can show one, you
I'm
can
gonna,
show
I'm
two.
gonna have to.
This 3-3-5 stack is interesting. You know, it reminds me of stuff. This guy comes loose screaming.
Nice pass.
He makes a great read. Good pass on the short square in there, and he runs for the first down, makes the guy miss. But Tebow got heat.
Yeah, I'm always impressed.
Tebow got heat with that 3-3 stack.
All the stuff you've been doing,
Linebacker
talking
comes
about
screaming, untouched.
10 years since the last one came out. How much more is now in this game?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. The first thing,
what? I'm just throwing the ball. I'm trying to.
Tebow's just bringing heat, man. This dude's pinning his ears. He's bringing hot. That was 3-3-5 hot
Our
stack.
new wear and tear system, right?
Brought 6 again against only 5 to block. And that's sometimes what you want to do, but you also got to realize if guys
Taking
getting the ball
hits
out
over the course
fast,
of a game,
getting
you
out
feel
hot.
That one in the
Yeah,
third
so you
quarter.
can't,
Really?
yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Jones, let's go.
So Tim, that's what you see on the
Boy,
left
strong.
side of the reticle. Those little pips. Those are basically showing whatever body part that you have that could potentially be hurt. It's just going to alert you. So it's like if you get rolled up on or you get cut like you would in real life, your acceleration's taking a hit, your speed's taking a hit, change of
basically
direction,
attributes go down.
Attributes are tied to body parts.
That's
Good defense.
Hold up, fellas.
3-3-5 stack against that
So something we were talking about
tight
before
end
was
set there,
obviously one of the
wing,
greatest.
and still
Mike's our
gets
Bo Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
through the A
That-
gap
that's
or
what
B
it
gap,
was like
whichever
in-
one it was that he
you go
came
back to
screaming through.
2004.
That thing move.
At the bottom, so where they're standing, you see that circle? That's those pips that they're talking about.
Right on the left side, right over here. Yep.
So you'll see it when you come out. You'll see it on your quarterback underneath them.
And it only shows like, hey, whatever. So you could have a bad elbow and a bad ankle. It's just going to show the worst. Like, it could be, hey, if it's yellow, it could be his elbow, and then that would mean, hey, medium, short, long pass accuracy.
So you see at the bottom on the left side of Graham Mertz.
So you want to play blitz
Yeah.
zero on me? Huh? That's what we're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
I'm just trying to get my defense ready for the future.
Hey, how in that zone read do you give it or keep it?
Oh yeah. So
hand it
now
off.
now we. Okay, I love that you went here. So as we were thinking about this mechanic, we always felt like it was backwards, right? In real life, you're holding it with the assumption to give it to him until the read key comes, and then you're pulling.
Right.
And prior years back in 13, it was the opposite. You're like, oh, now I need to hand it off. So if you don't touch
RPO
anything,
again. He could have cut it up.
Whereas if you hold A, you'll
and
keep
if you
it.
want to keep it,
tap it. It's an action button
Tap.
now. Yep. Tap A.
Tap A, or you hit the receiver
tap
icon.
A to keep
tap
it.
A to keep it.
Yep.
So,
Right, you
guys,
got an
what they're
RPO
talking about is on that
situation,
read
you got
option.
bubbles, just press the
Instead of having to hold it, now you're just tapping it to keep the ball. So it's automatically by default going to give the ball to the running back unless you tap A to get out of the animation and keep the ball yourself. He's just running this RPO, man. He's just running the RPO and is like, you know what? You're going to have to tackle me.
Holes in the defense. Come on now, I'm trying to.
A big change here too, as you guys probably noticed, especially I know you guys playing Madden, like college pursuit angles are everything. So like you see, it's a huge difference. Like you'll see guys taking very suspect angles, and you'll see some other elite ones taking some good ones. So again, really playing to the wide open gameplay that is college football.
There we go.
Nothing.
Good pursuit.
It takes a minute to get used to, and then once you get it, everybody internally.
Dude, I mean, he is just staying in this
No doubt.
gun trips look here.
So you can see right here in the formation, see how it's highlighted yellow with 52? It's like, okay, something's banged up on him.
He's taking a hit.
Yeah.
Okay, where is that again?
Yeah, show it.
So somebody hold left trigger and then press down on the right stick. Press down on the right stick now. There you go. So on this one, you can see, I don't know which one is getting streamed, but it can
They're
say
both.
right here, right? So you got your hand, left hand, so slightly banged up.
Okay.
And so like for Lyman, that's going to hit blocking, pass blocking.
Back to pass and swing route.
Oh, nice
spin
move. I felt that coming too. Some told me not to dive.
We talked about it a month ago. The spin move is back here in college football.
Without
25.
question.
sweet.
spin moves definitely.
I wasn't focused on that, so I didn't really listen to the song either. I mean, I just watched them run out on the field. But well, hold on, man. They're playing at Florida, so you're not going to hear it.
Times is pretty good.
I guess Sandman was in that Virginia game. I didn't hear
I never
it.
saw one person ever tackle you.
I just saw him running on the field. Didn't pay attention to it.
You're just trying to be humble, right?
No, I like how you
so-
can
Now I have to go back and watch the video. Watch the replay again, oh dog.
Something about this game just feel real fluid right now.
Nice.
Graham Mertz,
drag
underneath,
underneath.
drag out,
Touchdown.
beat him. Wilson is a problem.
Go for two, Tebow.
Tackle him in
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's really good.
We're doing it gritty.
Yeah, he was a freshman last year and had a really good season, and now coming
I
back.
remember
All right,
watching
so
him.
Tim, as this is, are you going for two?
No, I'm not. He already picked his defense. I'm gonna just kick it.
So when it goes, you'll tap. I mean, you're going to hit it and then let go. As soon as you hit it in the middle, it's going to fill up and then just let it go. That's it.
So you want to hit it in the middle and hold A until that meter
Let go.
fills up.
You'll probably get it just enough there. But
Oh,
Okay,
roughing
so-
the kicker?
So catch it in the middle and then hold
hold
A
it.
That's it.
for power.
And then it's going to fill up
Yep.
that meter?
For power.
just let it go. And just don't hit the red because the red means
Thoughts so far? I mean, I love what I see. It's not a Madden reskin. College football game. College in general is faster. You've got
talking about
up tempo.
earlier, especially with wear and tear. It's a very
You've got guys looking at the sideline, turbo offense, getting multiple plays a game.
but it really
It's just a different kind of game. I mean, it's football at the end of the day, but it is played in different ways in college.
30 times in a game.
Say that again. Hey,
The wear and tear. Hey,
I
you're the
ran 30
exception.
I ran 30
Hey,
times.
wait a
What if you
second.
hey,
You're the exception.
Don't
You're the exception.
trip.
You're not the rule.
Defense,
I love
it is.
when I keep run 30
No,
times
yeah,
a game.
I hear
feel
There
like
has been
that
some
last
concern
game
about
was actually
defense as
cool.
far
Yes,
as
it did.
zone coverages and stuff. But what I'm not worried about is
Oh, yeah.
you know, there'll be a day one patch.
Absolutely.
So his wear and tear.
Man is always look and see. I say talking about zone, and this guy picks it off. I mean, if you don't have a strong arm, it's going to be hard for you to squeeze the ball in tight places.
The Tebow.
We've had guys talk about that already. It was like, you know, the elite quarterbacks can throw the ball from the left hash across the field on the to the right side as far as comeback routes, corner routes, and stuff like that. But if you don't have that elite arm, it's going to be tough to put the ball in tight places because there's just not enough velocity.
Yeah, the workhorse ability, those guys, they can take, you know.
Yes, the football field is the same between pro football and college football, but what is different is the hashes. So in college, you see the hashes are wider. In the NFL, the hashes are way tighter, which means that there's a lot more work that goes on outside the hashes in pro football. But as far as the size of the football field, it's 120 yards long, north and south, and then it's 53 yards, you know, wide in both
I can
college and
already tell.
NFL.
That was one of my first things that starting to go through.
But the big
a lot
noticeable
of-
thing,
I love
obviously, is
that.
the hashes, which
That's also
it makes those extra points, field goals a lot tighter. And then it widens. It just makes the game a little bit more wide open in NFL outside the hashes.
Oh, how much time left?
And that's a concern because you put the ball on the left and right hash, you know, as far as the middle of the field, there's three spots you can always locate the ball.
I get nervous. I always, as a player, I get nervous if you're up 19-7 because at away.
Oh,
from
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, it's like it.
I'm sure both of these guys are going to be an ultimate team. I know Ray Lewis has been confirmed.
Know what you have to get.
So these guys, anybody who Madden currently has a license for those guys, they're going to be on Ultimate Team. For instance,
Aggressive, right?
Lamar Jackson's currently
There's another part of it too.
in the
Like
NFL
before,
Players Association, so Lamar is going to be
if you're getting hit
on
after the
Ultimate
play, it's never
Team.
mattered
Oh,
until
that's
now.
better. Yeah, yeah.
Patrick
so you
Mahomes
figured
is
that
on
out.
Ultimate Team.
Yeah.
Oh! So, the hit stick on this one?
Same.
Is same up.
Same that
Yep.
flick up.
Flick down is you dive.
Cut. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it does seem like the field is a
When you hit some of those hit sticks, it feels
little bit different. I don't know if it's camera angle or
Actually, the
what,
wear and tear,
Feels
too.
a little
but it does feel like right now that
Yeah.
that left side of the field, I mean, there's a whole lot of
gotta
field you
do-
got to cover and deal with.
I think early when you play it,
test
there's
it.
like, oh man,
gotta
this is
test
hard, but the game is so fluid, it's explosive. It's like,
I don't
and they
know.
even
Run the clock out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking right here, this ball's under our hash. Look at this left side of the field. How much room you have to be able to cover. I mean, and you don't want to guard grass. You want to be covering guys that come into your zone in your area. But you're going to have a whole lot of room. I mean, that throwing that corner out over here to the left is going to be
it's great.
a burden, especially throwing it from the right side all the way across your body.
5'10", 181.
This guy's got 5 catches, 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Eugene Wilson, true sophomore.
And as we spoke before, this is going to be halftime is your biggest wear and tear.
By the way, chat, I see you out there. If you got questions, throw them in the chat. I'm watching through it. I saw
Yeah, give us some questions.
Zach said, is Turbo still the same like Madden?
It just feels fast. I don't even know if it's turbo. Yeah.
Still same button, still the right trigger.
I think it
Right
feels a
trigger?
lot
Yeah, I mean,
faster,
it's
honestly,
after you brought up O-Dog, I mean, it does look like it's maybe scaled differently. And I had noticed,
Will they use generic
like right now, middle of the field, it's okay. But when they put that ball in
There you go.
that right
that's
hash,
the
you look out
overtest.
there
That-
to that
at the
left
top
side,
is
that's a
right
lot of room to cover over there.
Oh, he took it out. Get
And maybe by doing it that way,
go.
it opens up more windows to throw the ball. So the game it does feel maybe more wide open. And because the field might seem like it's scaled larger, is that those guys that are faster going sideline to sideline now have more room to create that separation, even going from sideline to sideline. Because if a guy has 80 speed, now you got a running back or wide receiver that has 90 speed, you're going to tell the difference overall, unless they have that great angle. And that might explain why we've seen the RPOs working so well. We've seen sweeps and other videos. I watched Alabama and LSU the other day in a video, and
Accuracy drops.
Bro, you gotta
I don't know if it was a reverse or if it was a wing coming back or whatever it was. I caught the later portion of it, but the guy was running from the left side to the right and just got the ball and was ghost. I mean, he outran everyone from LSU. It looked like they were all standing in quicksand.
Oh, man, that was a
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, the RPO
Doak Campbell.
is going to be a problem. You're going to have to make adjustments. You're going to have to be in the right defense. I mean, but I mean, that's another pick. And I told you, if you don't have a strong enough arm, he threw the ball right to the guy. It's a terrible read.
That's the home field
Home field
advantage.
advantage.
So the home field advantage is that
Take
you're-
away some of those
Man.
buttons.
And so we have the
gotcha.
top
All right.
25 places to play. We've done it for all 134, but like if you're like in the swamp or you're in one of these top echelon places, it's like communication.
So basically-
your back is against the wall.
So basically, you got to remember.
So we got it.
Everybody
next
on the
game.
field.
Next
Yeah.
game. we
You've got to know
play
everyone
him
on the
back.
field.
so we'll-
100%. I've said that
I
before.
mean, that's good to know.
yeah,
Cause
100%. And you can see like our composure is playing into this too.
yeah.
So like you got to,
And what I really like
also
about this,
have,
coming from my
ability
background
in
with,
here. I don't know.
high school football,
really limited. I should know
you want to make sure in
yours has
high school as well as college that
mobility. So it
you're
kinda
making the
shows, like,
defense
local
guard sideline to
moves
sideline.
around safeties. They'll say,
It is a lot easier. When I was playing defensive
one high
back,
shell, this guy's coming free.
guarding someone going long was
Down in distance.
that's butter. I mean, you work on cat and mouse drill, which is just lined up playing one-on-one. I got that cat, you got that cat, whatever. So it was cat and mouse drill. But if a guy runs vertical, it's easy to just sit there and turn your hips and run with them.
It was the hot
Make sure you get a
point.
hand on them, reroute them wherever you want. Just turn and run.
We got.
Athlete on athlete.
If you want to go two back.
But where the problem is when guys change directions and they would run from, say, for instance, they line up wide outside, on the numbers,
Split twins, yeah. Split
and that
twins
guy
got
runs a slant or he runs a crossing pattern all across the field, and you've got to navigate
Yeah,
through
so you can do four.
traffic as you're trying to trail your man in coverage, and you might run into your own guy. You might have a guy who runs a pick or shield you off. Those become difficult.
It's rumbling.
Have to guard a guy running a swing route, as a linebacker, defensive end, whatever it is, who has those, responsibilities in the flat. Even if it's linebacker, you got to make sure you take care of your run responsibilities first. You see scissor action, you got to go with that. It's like, okay, I've got to step to the ball, and the next thing you know, they're running what looks like a counter or scissor action, and the other guy sneaks out into the flats.
I'm a fan.
You're stepping into the wrong direction. That's why those plays like that really work in real life.
First of all, I'm looking at his offense, and he
Cody,
got
you're
a
right,
lot of
buddy.
different
I mean, these guys,
formations.
they play. This game is faster,
Nigga Tech got 2 formations.
and if you don't have that,
Yeah, what was
and you can't recognize that, that's a
Well,
you
shut
problem. There's so many guys that, oh, this game sucks. It's just mad. Man, I hear it all the time. It's 1,000% not right.
He got to have at least 100 plays to choose from. Now, keep in mind, he's a
That's an
quarterback.
overkick.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
you might sneak it
Oh,
in.
nope, just hit the post.
Wow, I have some issues right now.
You're good.
He's not the only guy. We're watching this, and you're seeing Tebow struggle with the kick meter. I've seen multiple guys that can't hit extra points.
Fun. Can I say thank you?
So
I've heard-
everyone's going to
For
be
real, this is-
1,000%.
it's
I wanna
awesome.
play the game, I wanna play the game.
Back, especially
Just a
because,
suggestion,
you know,
and I'm going to do it
Adam's always
myself. I don't care. I'm going to, when I tell you guys to do something, I'm doing it myself. You ain't got to listen to me. I'm getting in practice mode, and I'm going to learn how to kick the ball because that's going to be the difference between winning and losing games.
Great. Especially
1 point. That extra point. You miss an extra point, now you got to go for 2. You put yourself in a bad situation.
like you look back like, hey,
I've got to be able to kick field goals, man. I mean, there's going to be times when drives stall out. You've got to be able to put 3 on the board. You got to put that extra point on the board. I know O-Dog mentioned it earlier.
heck of a step.
Coach Woody Hayes, why are you going for 2? Because I can't go for 3. I understand that. But
I mean, it's
I-
the best way possible.
I'm going to win games because of special teams. It doesn't matter if it's kicking an extra point, kicking a field goal, if it's running back kickoffs or punts, if it's punting the ball and kicking out of bounds, make sure I do angle kicks and stuff like that, pinning guys deep inside the 10.
Peter Work made a lot of people miss, but I don't think he had the same
You've got to do that.
that they did.
No, yeah, absolutely.
And I love
yeah.
Peter Work's incredible.
Because
Incredible.
Reggie was explosive too, man. Like
Yeah.
Reggie, when it seemed like
I
every
love
time he
that.
touched the ball, like Reggie had to average at least 10 yards to carry.
With that, I don't see anyone using alternate jerseys.
Yeah, I know.
You love
But I
it.
got to think I had the ball in my hands.
The
every play,
problem is when you
Aren't these right here? And I don't know. I'm not. I don't follow Florida enough. I mean, I watch them.
Was in 04.
But isn't this
like you just think
Florida
you're
right now has got
gonna
alternate
build something
jerseys
to break
because
the
their
game.
home
Yeah.
jerseys
You
are
know,
the
it's like,
orange
no, we're not-
caps and the
we need to
and the
build
blue
something
jerseys.
like on the left stick.
So right now,
Figuratively and
Florida's using
yeah.
alternate jerseys. Am I wrong? Someone tell me I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe they've transitioned to them wearing black, but
Good ball.
There you go. That ball.
Yep. So again, that hit matters.
these jerseys are cold though. I mean,
Yeah,
these
absolutely.
Florida
Like you would have hit his arm.
jerseys
right?
are
His arm
nice.
Like now his catching traffic will take a hit, but you set him out a couple plays, he'll recoup
You need
over
to
time.
score fast.
So these guys have come out of the third, or come out of halftime. So now, for the most part, they should be somewhat healthy.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm sure that Oregon has a whole host of jerseys. I mean, they've got like 8 jersey combinations.
That boy's like,
So until we get the game, my hands on the game on Monday, I don't know. What I want to look at though is, and I think that we don't have it, and I just want to confirm again, is that there's no formation subs. That is the one thing that that I have a problem with, and that's just simply because if they're going to implement and pay so much attention to this wear and tear system, okay? And it's a nice feature. I mean, it adds a level of, reality to the game. The guys do get hurt and banged up in games.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, he's
Gotta
got
get there.
grass.
This angle may be a little. No. Okay. There we go.
Oh.
So you saw the
But
fire icon.
if they're going to use this wear and tear,
depending on what ability he has.
and see it says packages up there, but can you sub? I mean, that's the thing. You can do the packages, but can I do formation subs? And you can't do formation subs. I want to be able to take my backup running back or backup quarterback and put him in the single back formations, run speed option with him, at least give him some snaps. I want to use both running backs. Like we watched Ohio State. Me and O-Dog watched a video earlier.
Light splits that
And
way.
they've got Judkins and they got
Sideline, like,
Trevion Henderson.
that level.
I want to use Henderson with anything with a fullback or a single back with 2 tight ends, where I know I'm going to concentrate on running the ball. And I want Judkins with his, blazing speed as my back out of the backfield that can catch swing passes, but also run that inside zone.
Loving seeing the different playbooks.
But it allows me to keep both guys happy in Dynasty. You see what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you can juggle your lineup and get guys on the field. And
I'm just saying.
you know, listen to
I'm just saying. I'm making it work over here.
listen to
but
Not
I'm
the
just
Expert
saying.
the other day. He said, you know, and on Reddit yesterday,
Your route tree right here.
Gotcha.
Whatever
you can't just go in simply and change for first team to second team. You know, you can't do mass subs. And also on top of that, you can't do formation subs.
Check
Play
it.
quarters
Just
so they
check
can
it.
get your post.
This comeback route's nice over here.
How did he end up open over there?
How is he that wide open?
Because your guy's in straight bail.
So that 0 through 9 route tree is all available to you.
I love
Go
it.
in there and just say,
If they
hey.
get flustered, you know, some games it's like they can't communicate. Is
That's
that the
it.
same, or is it a little bit?
Absolutely, home field advantage. So I don't know, Mike, if you tried to hot route, but he
Yeah.
can't hear.
Yeah, I tried
like we had that
I
earlier.
tried to hot route it a couple of
Yeah,
times.
you can't hear.
Yeah, and I think that's
Lower it
where
later in the block, like you keep doing it.
EA's going with it. Some of it, they'll have probably some
Linemen,
jersey
there's just so
packages, and you'll
much
have to
going on,
download and
right?
pay. I mean, they've done that in the past.
Sorry, you were gonna say something.
I mean, everything right now is all these micro transactions. That's where EA's making money with Ultimate Team, at least on the Madden side of
Go get 'em.
things. You know, everyone's paying all this money to open up packs to get guys from Ultimate Team. So if they can add some of that on here, I don't know if it'll be on Just Cut on the College Ultimate Team or not. But if I can sit there and download,
Show that
you know,
blitz.
say
Spread it off to the flat.
Louisville's
That was a bluff.
gray jerseys, the Onyx cut that we have,
Quite a bit too.
you know, to complement our red jersey, our white jersey, and you know, our home and away, and then also our black, because we're always going to wear the black jersey and black helmet. But if I can get like, you know, I'm going to get that gray color that we wear every once in a while. I'd throw in some money. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't say. I mean, heck, I've spent so much money on, you know, 2 editions of the game. I bought the MVP bundle, and then I also bought the standard edition just for the collector's item for the steelbook. So, you know, I'm going to throw extra money at it for the full.
Underrated, great athlete.
I'm sitting there looking at this. He's running a screen,
I mean, I made the team off.
but you know, to see everything. I mean, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, one amazing camp.
Gun tied open. He's got halfback burst here. So you got the 2 wheel routes and 2 seam routes.
Underestimated.
2 by 2 here. You're running. If you're running quarters, you're running cover 4 quarters there.
Good, well played, well
Come
played.
on, baby, let me get
Kicking
that.
52?
Kick a 52 yard.
No. I'm
Yeah, Tebow ain't kicking 52. He can't hit extra point. How in the heck are you gonna kick a 52-yard field goal? Come on, man.
Entering college, how much was 7 on 7s?
It was big.
Were they as big as?
Well,
Not like it is now, yeah.
Not like it is now.
And more or less, like conceptually, like what did you guys think that you could, as far as identifying both pre-snap?
No, I think that's what it's for, just to be able to see coverage. Tim can attest to this, because we
A was wide open. He throws a bad ball.
I need to take
That is a bad ball. He could have thrown that A route with the guy
Gotta go.
Bruh,
running a curl at 8 yards, catch the ball, and he could have turned upfield and picked up the first down.
I
But
wish I could have did more of that
same.
back when I
Yeah.
back when I was coming up. I felt like I probably would have came into college a little more ready to play,
Sure.
but it took me a while to understand defenses and
in coverages.
pretty much
Yeah, I
how
mean,
to
that's
play
the
the
thing.
Yeah, good call. Because it's just something
But
is as
now-
simple as middle field open, middle field closed, and just say, hey, it's 1 or 3, or it's.
And what they mean by that, middle field open, middle field closed. So if the field is open, it means the safeties are bailing out in half coverage. If you got middle field closed, it means that there's a person in the middle of the field. Even if it's cover 1, which means everyone's playing man-to-man, and you've got a free safety sitting in the middle of the field closed. There's a guy there in the middle of the field. If it's cover 3, you know, middle of the field is still closed. You've got the safety in the middle of the field. You got outside corners who have a third, deep third. That middle safety has middle third. That's why middle field's closed.
I got to get right. Next game, I'm getting
But
right.
in cover 3, what you're looking at, while the middle of the field's closed off and the corners have outside deep thirds, the seams are what the weakness is against the cover 3. You know, if you could throw the ball down the seam, and what we would do is we'd run 4 verticals, and I say 4 verticals. For us is to the trip side, the 2 outside receivers are both running verticals. One running a fade,
I mean,
the other guy running
it was run oriented.
right down the hash. But then our third, our inside guy, we could tag him. And what I mean by tag him is I could tell him what your route is. So like we might run Texas, which was 4 verticals, but I could tell that guy you're going to post, you're going to run an out, whatever. We can sit there and change up and make some adjustments on the fly and let our number 3 receiver, and you count receivers from the outside in. So the furthest guy from the ball, the closest to the sideline would be number 1. The slot guy, the number 2. And then the guy closest to the football is a number 3 guy. That's how you count players.
Quarterback
You count from the outside in.
guys who can carry the load like Tim and Cam.
But we would run a lot of times that
I mean,
four
I-
vertical.
I
We'd have the
remember
inside guy
Florida
running a
was
post trying to hold the
old school
safety so we
right
could throw the
offense.
slot guy right down the hash
Florida was
to
one
be
of those
wide
first teams
open.
to rock that spread offense, and people were spending years trying to figure out how do we defend it, and then you start to see more and more teams taking what they saw at Florida and using it themselves. Nice pitch.
And I know, you know, I'm sitting there talking over this,
literally
but,
trying to
That's the best.
and
That was nice.
in real life, and
Field goal leader.
God bless him, R.I.P., rest in peace, Monty Kiffin, who was the defensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for years. They used to run the Tampa 2. And what that was is, yeah, we were talking about the middle of the field was open because they're playing two deep coverage. Ronde Barber sat out there in the flats and ate. You know, was a tackling machine, but you couldn't do anything in the short flats because he was all over it. And depending on what the route combinations were, he could also still turn and run with his guy on that one receiver side. But they played a Tampa 2, and what they did is they had Derek Brooks at middle linebacker, and Derek Brooks is athletic as all can be, and he was able to cover the middle of the field from the middle linebacker spot and take away. In essence, it was still middle closed because of Derek Brooks' athleticism. But they always tempted guys to throw the ball down the middle of the field, and he would always undercut it. And then you had the two safeties, John Lynch being one of them, that could still cover the deep half and help on anything down the deep middle of the field. So they disguise it and stuff with a lot of the coverages and stuff that Tampa used to do. Tampa was a nightmare on defense. I mean, during that era, you know, and Tony Dungy was the head coach, and they just couldn't get over the hump because the offense was stagnant. They had Sean King at quarterback, and Warwick Dunn was running back. Keyshawn and Neville end up there. But they were more defensive. Yes. Mike Allstott was there. But they were more defensive focused. I mean, I remember watching the game. They might have lost like 7-5 or something crazy. I mean, they played those games that they just grinded it out. But then they brought in, you know, Gannon from – not Gannon. They brought in John
Play the
Gruden
whole same targeting thing.
from the Raiders, and he was an offensive – he'd be a tactician would be on this game. I mean, he was crazy as all can be. But, you know, he's just like, you know, Bobby Petrino in the sense that, you know, the guy is so geared toward football. He eats, sleep, you know, football nonstop. But he didn't have the best personality in the world. And, you know, Keyshawn got into it with him down there when his short-lived time in Tampa. But he helped, you know, win a Super Bowl.
All those are there.
But they were laser focused on defense. I'm gonna turn this back up. I've said enough. Let's get back on this game.
Personal favorite.
You got the guard. Me
Good
next
scramble.
game.
Love me the
got the
9-8.
score.
You got, I mean, you got service academies and Liberty running options.
And internally, we felt those have been pretty strong, which is great. This is one of the first games I've done in over a decade.
Liberty runs the option.
I hate to say it, people may not believe it.
Army, Navy.
Yeah,
Is.
it's tough. I mean,
Right?
there's
Like,
You're gonna
got
have
spread offense, you've
Navy
got
running the spread
college,
option,
sort of your multiple looks where you can get a little bit of everything.
flex option.
It's a good lark.
Kennesaw State used to run the triple option, which
All right, we gotta take
their
this
former
back.
head coach is now the head coach at Navy. But
But
Kennesaw State has transitioned from the triple option. Now they're running the pistol option.
That we got in late.
So if you guys are thinking about using a Kennesaw State to build them up, not a rebuild, to build them up,
So you can
Kennesaw State, you're going to have a lot of 12 personnel.
So you can go like,
And what I mean by 12 personnel is it's going to be one running back, two tight ends.
I put it there, so if I'm going here, I want to lead him.
So they still run that spread element, and they've got a nice quarterback to run the option. But it's it's different.
On him.
that's gonna be something that people are gonna have to test out and figure out what they
nice
like.
play. Way to get off.
Good stiff arm.
The way to get off, he still picked up 12 yards.
The players just feel stronger when they run it, man. To all the boys back home, y'all got a copy coming, man. Y'all got a copy. Of this.
I said that all the people who were in there saying drop the game early. That was all on me.
Oh boy.
It's just official Moles move, so you can tweet at him.
Ooh,
Yeah,
playing with fire.
yeah. I told him. I got him.
Oh man, shout out to our guy Mills.
D, let's get,
Oh no, not
man.
Mills.
get one
My
stop,
man
D, and
Mills.
try to score before they go out with a good note. Go out on a good note.
We got the DJ Lagway.
This has been entertaining. I mean,
Oh, man.
Tebow's just trying to win the game. I mean, he's rinse and repeat, running a lot of the same stuff over and over again. But that's what they do in those sets. I mean, he's in this 3x1 right now. This trips week.
134 schools
You're getting a lot of motion though, auto motion from him.
per prop.
And he's exploiting the flats. I mean, if you're not going to make an adjustment and get someone out there,
Guys chanting on top of the roof.
he's going to take advantage of it.
It was like this
I mean, he's got him outnumbered right now. Quarterback kept it.
Biggest thing for
Oh,
me.
yeah,
DJ.
play, baby.
I still
go.
can't get over the models of in the
a good
crowd.
play
Like,
call
back
right
in the
there,
day, it was like
Kings.
one model was moving in unison, everything, and now you're actually seeing different people moving in the crowd. It's
The crowd is wild. I don't know
it's
how much you guys have paid
so-
attention to it. Like, I watched a game the other day, and Donovan Edwards broke for a touchdown. And when the crowd realized that he was in open space and was going to take it to the house, they went nuts. You saw them all jump up and get excited and start, getting involved. So the crowd and their interaction is wild this year. They're not just cardboard cutouts sitting in the stands taking in the game. Something else you have this year is the dynamic attendance. Now, I don't think it's going to be impactful on a game-to-game basis. Like, I don't think you're going to see the crowd leaving in the middle of a game because it's a blowout. I mean, they used to have that feature back in the day on college football, and it was wild. I mean, that's what's craziest. 20-some years ago, you would see the crowd leaving the game. You're getting blown out or you're blowing out somebody, they're gone. I mean, it looked like a Louisville football crowd. For whatever reason, we leave early all the time. It don't matter if we're winning or losing. Everyone's got to beat traffic in Louisville,
Sorry,
Kentucky.
Paul.
I don't know why. It's what we do.
You know what thing is interesting?
But that's what this game reminds me of, going to a University of Louisville football game.
We got to be closer.
The old games, not not right now.
There's no such.
But you're going to see it in dynasty mode. If your team's winning, your lower program, your team's winning. Say that you're at Kennesaw State, you have 5,000 your games to begin with. You start winning games though, you're going to see more people in the stands, more people coming to your games. If you're a big name program and you start losing, the crowd's going to be a lot thinner. And I'm going to throw strays again, man. It's going to be like Miami. They ain't never got nobody at a football game. I don't even know if they know what college football is in Miami. We went down there last year at the University of Louisville, and I put a video out about it. We had more fans in the stands from Louisville went down to Miami than Miami had in the stands.
Is Stadium Pulse progressive?
They had, it looked like they
Stadium ranking go up and
had fans disguised as empty chairs.
Absolutely. And again, as the home field advantage meter grows.
Nice comeback route.
Nice route.
Nice comeback route.
Oh, they,
Good route. Good route.
First and goal.
That's a good throw. On
First
a
and
foul.
goal.
Was that a
Comeback.
comeback?
You see how
That's a comeback. That was a
ain't throwing
comeback
lot in
route.
college football anymore.
I don't know if that was
They don't even do
the
it.
motion smash, but that was a comeback route.
I'm really excited. This
Everybody
is
almost,
awesome.
everybody
Just
almost
wait for
looked the
Monday.
same.
Monday should be really exciting.
Everybody looked the same.
Oh yeah, the dynamic attendance and all that stuff.
Guys, if you just joined us, make sure that you're hitting like and subscribe, commenting down below, joining in the chat. Let me know, give me some feedback. Tell me what you think about the game. I mean, are you guys enjoying and excited about what you're seeing, or some of you guys disappointed? I mean, I haven't had a lot of hate. I've read some other chats and stuff, and there's a lot of people throwing shade at the game. I don't know how you can. You really haven't played it yet. Don't have your hands on a copy, but there's a lot of people who hate the game already without playing it. But are you excited about playing college football this year? I mean, I'm tickled. I mean, I'm excited as all can be.
2 tight ends, 2 wide.
We're what, 43 hours away?
Just got rid of that one.
Nice.
Countdown, buddy. Countdown. 4 o'clock on Monday.
Can you explain the dynamic?
I'm an English major, so you got to excuse me if my numbers are wrong, but I think I can do simple math, just a little bit less than 43 hours.
So better
Yeah,
teams are going to
42 hours and 55 minutes right now.
You've seen those with the guys that have come out, the not the experts and stuff,
Yeah.
and their great videos and content they've done, have put it out, and just attendance just starts as it drops, as you're not having a great year.
They're talking about dynamic attendance right now, so that's what I just spoke about, how, crowds will thin out later in the year if you're not being successful. Check out Not the Expert, man. I mean, Drew's putting out good content. Go check out Good Game Bro.
Go VT.
Really good content. Dubby on the real.
Good
Good
throw.
play.
He's probably going to put out 5 or 6 videos tomorrow. He's already got them uploaded. They're just right now on a schedule to be released. Dubby has videos
At an all-time high.
on strategy, on defense, on offense, on the top five. Let me say it again. Top 5 playbooks to use on this game. And that's his opinion. I mean, not everyone's going to agree, but hey, I'm taking the advice of one of the GOATs. I mean, he's not on problem rights level. I give Problem so much respect for what he did back in the day when I was actually competing and stuff.
Awesome.
I was playing this game, you know, in Madden and college football when they had the Madden bus. And one year they played actually the championship game in Times Square. And the guy that Problem beat, who was representing the Rams, was a guy that was from Louisville, Kentucky. And I can't think of the daggone guy's name. I mean, we played, me and him played in a championship game for NCAA football in another tournament. And this is back when rocket catch was, you know, common. And I couldn't rocket catch really to save my life. I was inconsistent. It was something that I really couldn't do. I could do a lot of other things, but I couldn't really rocket catch and take advantage of that. And he was phenomenal at rocket catch, but I was good at hit sticking and trying to preventing, you know, those completions. So anyway, me and this guy played, and he ended up beating me 7-6. I went for 2 at the very end of the game to try to win the game, and I lost in the championship to him. And then sure enough, I look up, and he's on the bus. He's out in California, comes across the country, smacking everybody. And
He wants to smoke.
you know, he loses to Problem in the championship in a very competitive game.
National championship.
Go national championship. Go
Let's go
neutral
national
site.
championship.
All right,
California. Pop-Tart Bowl.
Or I mean, we did see Sam Houston State
Can I
win
just
the
say
Bahamas
how-
Bowl. Shout out to the Bahamas.
Can I just say how awesome it is for me to be playing with Mike?
And to be playing with the legend. You see, on the screen.
This is awesome. I mean, I don't care.
Legend.
Okay, I was going to ask you next what you
That
thought.
look good.
Oh, dog, I've got
Brings back
a
memories, don't it?
360 NCAA faceplate as well. I posted on Twitter. It says 2010. I guess it's, you know, from 2009 was the actual year. So
We put this team
Yeah, I want
together.
to come back
like,
to the swamp, man.
You got guys
But
from
you
the
want to
revamp
be,
crew.
you should be home,
I
right?
go.
yeah, y'all need to flip it up, man. Mike needs to be
man.
home, have a little bit of home foot advantage.
We come.
Oh yeah, you can bring
Oh
it
no,
back.
you know I can go pick another book.
Yeah.
I like mine.
Yeah,
Go
I
with
mean,
yours,
you're running the same stuff over and over, rinse and repeat.
The left to right bumpers will skip letters too. So if you need to get
Oh, left,
so you
okay.
go the
Oh, you can go
bumpers.
straight to that. You can
So
go
you can
straight
hit-
to the conference.
Yeah, you can go conferences. So you can go straight to the
That's
SEC
cool.
or
Hey,
national.
Shout out
get
to
you right
everybody
through.
too watching. We're 9 o'clock Eastern time, and
Everybody's
this
still
thing is not-
rocking.
this
Come
thing
Come
is-
on, guys.
this thing
What
is
we
a-
got?
Wow, let's
Hey,
go,
tell me,
man.
let's go. Tune in. Tell your family to
this
tune in.
is
Give us some
hard,
questions.
Big game commentary on this one.
Okay, big
Okay,
game
so go to
commentary,
team
settings.
settings. So there you can change your offensive and defensive play.
Does that mean we're gonna hear a little?
Fallon Herbstreit.
That's what
So if you guys didn't know,
Oh, man, let's get into
done
the
it.
game.
I'll share this with you. They're at the EA Studios, Orlando studio right now.
You know when they're calling the game, it's a big game.
Yeah, I better not say too much more, but yeah, they're at the EA Studios in Orlando right now.
Jackson was the national champion.
That's where they film this this content.
Oh my.
I grew up on Keith Jackson.
Keith
The
Jackson.
voice, baby.
Keith Jackson.
Keith
but,
Jackson was like equivalent to Pat Summerall.
Hey, but also
Some of the greatest
Man.
equipment you're ever going to see in one place,
Musburger.
one
Musburger,
facility.
too.
We are looking live. That is,
Brent
that is,
Musburger.
those are the
I'm just gonna be
best,
honest.
man.
But this is amazing, but that didn't do justice to Brent.
Oh, no, no, hey, and it should.
I heard
and
I
it
was
should.
like,
And it should. But you know I was there. But no,
I like the effort. I'm grateful for the effort.
Good job, good effort, but
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I'm just paying my respects.
Yes, sir.
Same thing with Chick Hurd.
What uniforms you got on?
Oh shoot. I mean,
I don't know if they have an office there. I know they don't have a studio though in Tampa. The studios for EA, they've got one in Redwood City,
you're going
California,
orange. I'll go white.
in Silicon Valley, where all the developers, game developers, and everything's really focused at and concentrated. They also have one in Vancouver, Canada, up in British Columbia. They've got the EA Canada office. And then they have what used to be known as Tiburon Studios, but now it's known as the Orlando Studio,
Nothing like it.
which is in the heart of downtown. Very nice facility. They built it
You know what? One of the reasons.
21, 22-ish.
How many things?
I think it opened in
look at all these
22.
options.
That's when they finally got everyone in.
Yeah.
And
Also,
it's really nice because there's so much stuff right there for all the people who work at EA that they can all live in the apartments and walk to work. You know, that's how EA wants them focused. They want them at work. They don't want
Yeah,
them
I mean national
dealing
championship.
with Orlando traffic.
For the national championship,
So
baby.
these guys are based right there. Like they roll out of bed and walk across the street and they're at the studio. And then they can work and everything. They got cafeteria and everything right there. These guys, they work long hours. They can sneak downstairs, go grab something to eat. They ain't even got to walk across the street. Like, they
already
can do
know.
it right there in the
Hands
studio.
above the knee. Gotta do it.
In the facility, not the studio, but in the facility,
Make sure you have your play
which is really, really sweet.
When the rivalry games and playoffs and everything.
Yeah.
How about
I
yourself?
miss the playoffs. Like that's about it.
And actually, you know, you guys, I'm sure everyone's seen the videos on Twitter or the post and everything. On the side of the building at the facility is a huge video board, and they're playing the Madden trailer. They're playing the college football trailer. So, you know, I've got some pretty good photos and videos of that. But it's sweet. I mean, it really is. I mean, words just can't
Just go up to the very top.
explain how nice it is and the experience. I mean, so
we go.
I'm very grateful for
Then
my
we're gonna
time.
pause the
Bear
game.
with me.
We're gonna
Bear
pause
with
the
me.
game after kickoff so we can turn commentary on so we can hear
Okay.
Fowler and Herb Street.
Deal.
Man, let's give him a real.
All right, let's listen to this
It's not
intro.
the crystal football though. I missed the
Blum-
BCS crystal
Brumfield.
football. That was
Yeah.
We're a fan of it.
At the OG household, we're a fan of the college football playoff. I just play it out.
Oh, I love the play. I love the
like
playoff.
that?
I love the playoff. I'm just saying.
But aren't they
I know
playing?
we're
They're
talking
playing
about
national championship, so that was a neutral
Oh, the
site. So that's
trophy.
why we
I
didn't
love
hear
that.
Notre Dame.
Love the
We didn't hear
I'm not saying
Virginia
you
Tech's
were.
music
More or
as they
less,
ran
I know
out
that was like,
because they're at a neutral
I
site.
always love having those debates.
They're not at Land
I
Stadium,
like
so
both.
that's
yeah.
that's
Oh,
why.
BCS was the playoffs, right?
the
So we
playoffs.
just got the
I'm
generic
so
run out.
excited to have home
National
Home playoff
championship
games?
field
Yeah.
here.
Home
We
playoff
were
games.
talking about that on
games.
SportsCenter this morning.
tough.
Having
Really?
home games, like it's
Home
just
game.
come on, it's just.
I didn't see.
You can't pause till after
Mike,
kickoff.
what playbook did you choose?
He's on
LSU.
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 LSU's playbook.
Is away.
We off. The national championship.
gotta
VT.
turn the comment.
It's been a great
All right,
year,
so
baby.
somebody
Let's
hit.
cap
One
it
of you
off.
two hit start.
So see, Virginia Tech's rocking these, you know, the orange jerseys for them instead of working those the maroon.
Pomp and circumstance.
Did you see the numbers during that cutscene?
And then you can go down to
The detail within the
options.
numbers, that pattern, that's code. That is nice.
settings, and then hit your right bumper over to volume control, and then turn in-game commentary up. There you go. Right there. Just hold that down, all the way up. There we go. All right,
They've
before
got
we
so
get
many
back to
TV
play,
monitors
Scott,
in this place. It's
hanging
ridiculous
out with
how many
us?
video
Sitting on the
video
couch.
boards and TV screens
wouldn't
they
be here
have.
without you, man, and we're so happy to have college football 25 back.
Scott's awesome, man. Scott is awesome. I'll say that. And I know he was in a chat I was in the other day. And
Appreciate you.
much love, Scott. Man, that dude's
All
genuine.
right, get back.
That dude's
go
real.
back to resume. And there's Chris Fowler. The sultry tones of Chris Fowler.
Let's go.
Man, I probably should have switched T-shirts here, man. Could have took a quick break, went over and put on my Florida swag.
Still got just shotgun and pistol.
But I still got that
He's still
Virginia
got
Tech board
shotgun and
behind me,
pistol.
so I'm not wearing no Florida, man. I'm Miami and Florida State. I'm not putting on that. They're like, wearing Florida stuff for me be like wearing Kentucky stuff. I don't wear that blue. I'm not wearing that blue. Not unless I have to.
I don't know, there's something about hearing the marching bands back.
It's awesome.
Right?
It's good
It's
as it
awesome.
gets.
Like, come on.
I'm telling you.
Oh, dog. So I'm sitting there reading the comments now. So you did visit the stadium down there in Tampa, Raymond James.
Big fella.
It's been there for a minute, but I mean, it's a unique stadium. I mean, it's not like, I mean, if
So the page that's on playbook.
Jacksonville.
I see what
or,
you did there.
You know, I've been at Lucas Oil. I've been to. You want to talk about a garbage field? Let me. I'll throw it straight right now.
Tim,
I
can
don't
tell you,
care.
I'm looking at the chat right now.
Don't go to Cincinnati
And it's not
Bengals,
half
man.
the
It's
questions
garbage.
are
I went up there and
about
watched
promise.
Cleveland smack them a
How
couple
big
years
that was.
ago.
People love that. Love watching that one. back.
Garbage. That place, the jungle up there, that is hot garbage. Paul Brown Stadium is terrible. I've been down to Tennessee. I went down there and watched Washington versus Louisville play Bowling Green. I mean, play West Kentucky from Bowling Green down in Nashville. So the Titans have a nice stadium.
Cool because that way we
Lucas Oil's nice.
But you know, honestly, I don't even know if it's the right title, the promise. I think the right title is probably the apology because it started with a couple I'm sorry's.
But man, I mean, you can't compare a palace like what they have at Dallas or, you know, like
My God. Well, I got some DBs over
Or
there.
like
That's all I
Allegiant
can
Field,
say.
you know, like the Raiders playing. I mean, or even,
Come on.
you know, what they're playing out in LA right now. Those are modern, state of the art. Dallas was state of the art before anyone else. I mean, they were the first. They at the forefront with Jerry Jones.
That's crazy. That's
That
uncalled
was
for.
sick. That was sick, though.
I mean, he spared no money
I
building
gotta
his
respect it.
his
I gotta
stadium.
respect it. That was hard. Yeah, that was crazy.
Get ready for RPOs, guys.
That kind of looked real, man.
It really did.
3-by-1. Watch the back cross in the face and throws the RPO. I just sat there and called it. I mean, that's what you're going to see over and over. Rinse and repeat.
Nickel.
The
What
national
is
championship.
He's running that RPO, read bubble.
The national championship. Let's go.
And at some point, guys, you got to start doing stuff you're not comfortable with just to. And right now, you know, Vick's walked out on number 3, so. But it takes that guy to run, you know. His run defense.
Coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
So now it's third and short from the 23. Potential 4-down territory. Let's see what the third down call is.
Nice play, D.
Let's talk in
He probably should have ran the bubble there again. I mean, I know
feel
you
like
don't.
this
He had the bubble wide open.
outright
It's there. He's got. Look. I mean, look how
crazy.
far off the coverage is. Throw the bubble.
Yeah,
I
can't
mean, he's
hold
bringing the
this.
safety up
What are we
now.
doing? What are we doing? No, don't. No.
Little bias here.
This is bias. This is not me.
I ran off him.
Yep.
I respect it.
It's weird, man, because they're in
I respect it. A lot of great
EA
ones, man.
Studios is in Orlando, and Central Florida. That stadium is right down the road.
Hey,
Like
goes
it's.
on and on.
He's this
Right
dude
there.
flying his Florida Gators. And you got to remember these. A lot of these guys here
Screen. End zone.
are
Touchdown
from that
game.
area. You know, I know Zach Farley's from the Northeast,
Sterling.
Mass, I think, or something.
No game was ever won in the first quarter.
But these guys come from all over the country to go work for EA.
Right in the money, the receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
Boom.
Why is the game so cheesy, running all these glitchy plays? People are going to be out here cheating.
Oh, no.
Dude, that's college football. I don't know if you ever watch college football. I mean, there's a lot of teams in the spread, and that's all we run. I mean, go watch Clemson play.
Oh, that's
They've
right.
had quarterbacks for years that can't throw the ball 8 yards downfield. And, you know, University of Louisville will play them, and they're throwing the check down and swing past 2 yards and then let the receivers just go eat. University of Louisville, Jeff Brom.
Who you got?
We throw the ball short, and we throw all this RPO stuff until you come up. Once you come up, then we'll put the ball on the roof, throw over top of your head. That's what our offense is. We're not going to line up and run the ball 3 yards for a cloud of dust. College football is a lot of that RPO stuff that you're calling cheese and stuff. That's what high school football is.
I felt the
in
wear
the
and tear.
spread.
I felt the wear and tear.
Unless you're running some garbage offense somewhere that don't have a actual offense coordinator, you're still running the wishbone and the power I and the veer. You know,
Look at
coaches
this
like
chat
Gus Malzahn have
flying.
been running the RPO for the last 15
Florida,
years.
A&M, Kentucky.
We were on the forefront when I was in high school here in Louisville
Yes.
coaching. We ran RPOs 15 years ago.
Ole Miss.
It's a numbers game.
Scotty.
If you don't make adjustments and get the guys after, we're going to throw the ball to flats all day until you sit there and put someone up there and guard him.
Oh. I mean, that was maneuverability. University of Arkansas. Hilltoppers. We got a Western Kentucky fan in the chat.
That's Kentucky. The Hilltoppers.
New Mexico Lobos.
So, you know one good thing? I'm 90% sure it was the Hilltoppers when they came to the swamp to play us.
Mm-hmm.
Coach at the time took a gator helmet and a sledgehammer and crushed it.
No way.
It did not.
Is that- that's just bulletin board
It
material.
did not make us happy.
That was.
And you know Urban, he knows how to use those things to motivate us.
Coach took the.
Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about college football is there's 10 different styles, you know, as far as schemes. So you've got the spread, you've got the spread option. I know that you've got,
My opinion.
you've got the bone.
All time.
There's so many different things. Pro style offense, West Coast offense.
So many that
There's so many things that you have to get ready for, which is why it makes
Steve Young,
Steve, I gotta
getting
go.
ready week to week
Steve,
so difficult on the college level. Whereas, you know, pro, you got all these teams all running basically the same offense. It's all pro style offense for the most part.
Trojans.
I mean, you've got some teams right now that are giving people fits because they're actually running the ball. You know, Cleveland Browns being one of them. I'm a fan of Cleveland. They give people fits because they're actually running a fullback. There's a handful of teams in the NFL that still have fullbacks.
National championship.
You know what I mean? Look what San Fran does when they sit there and pin their ears back and they just run the ball. They got that Jolzik back in the backfield. And they put that fullback. He threw a pick six on it. Finally made an adjustment. Finally made an adjustment. The corner stayed in the flats. The outside corner stayed in the flats, and he jumps the screen. That's how you have to make adjustments.
Mark Brunell.
Kick. They specifically talking college or pro?
They're talking everything.
I think they're talking NFL.
I mean, Steve.
You're thinking. You're going Steve Young. You're going Boomer.
Yes, sir. You see the kick?
Oh, you figured out the kicking at this
Oh
point.
man, I ain't
He's
get
figured out the
I didn't
kicking.
get the kick the last
And so
game.
you know what makes this worse is you're watching this RPO stuff,
Finally had
and I'm
some
harping
good-
on it, but
That's on me.
Camden Parks asked.
the
Tim
problem
and
is
Mike, where was
that
your
Mike Vick
least
doesn't
favorite
know how
place
to do
play?
hard
What was
flats and
the-
all
Hey,
this
I'm on
stuff. So
top
you're
of
not
what you
seeing
said, college.
him make the adjustments that would help offset some of these quick screens and bubbles and RPOs. And this is a double pass.
Oh,
He had A
it's a
wide
double
open.
Throwback.
He just tried to, the A guy was wide open. So he just ran gun trips, double pass, the Y option there. But my point is Mike Vick doesn't have the wherewithal. He hasn't played this game. He hasn't played Madden probably recently. He just goes out and pushes buttons and whatever. But he doesn't know that you can go in there and put guys in a hard flat. You can put guys in curl flats. You can sit there and use that corner as opposed to having him straight bell. You can put him up there and guard the hard flat, which is what he's doing right now in that cover 2 on this side, or cover 6.
Subbed him in. Brought him in. Right in lightweight time.
That goes a long way when you make those adjustments on the fly to stop stuff like that. And franchise, I'm not, that's saying, I'm just letting you know, I mean, I come from a different perspective. I mean, I'm not from that Nebraska old school. I mean, we did it for a while, but, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I coached, and I was really on the forefront on some of the staffs I was in. We did stuff unorthodox. I mean, we practiced every week. We knew we had a game plan, but there's been games that I've been involved in playing like Louisville Middle High School who had stud athletes in the city of Louisville. And we would get to a game, and we were this is a true story. True story. 100%. This is no cap. We were down 32-0. And they're doing everything they want against us. We went in with the game plan.
Nice throw.
We felt real confident what we were going to do. And we got to the game, and we're down 32-0 at halftime. 32-0 at halftime. I'm at Louisville Ballard. Okay, we had a freshman quarterback, high school, true freshman, obviously. And we can't stop him. Like, we couldn't stop a nosebleed. We had no idea what we were doing. And me and defensive coordinator, we started talking. It was like, dude, we got to throw out the game plan. Like, we can't do this. What we're doing is not working. We have no chance. We started dropping 11 guys in coverage because they were never going to sit there and run the ball. They were running these bubbles and RPOs and stuff like this back in the day. So at the end of the day, when they started having 11 guys in coverage, the quarterback didn't know what to do. He's holding the ball for 10, 12, 14 seconds. Looking at the sideline like, what do I do? I've never seen this many guys in coverage. There's no one rushing me because we knew the quarterback was never going to run. He was a 5-star quarterback that was, one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, could throw the ball a million, miles. But no one had ever done that. Like, we drew stuff up, literally. When you talk about drawing stuff up in the dirt, we drew stuff up in the dirt. And to be honest, we came back, we tied the game and forced overtime. We scored first. We went for 2 because we didn't have a damn kicker to save our life. So we're up now 40-32. Sure enough, Mel breaks. And when you're in overtime in high school, at least in Kentucky back then, you start on the 10-yard line. They break on the first play and go 9 yards, and our linebacker comes up and punches the ball out. The ball rolls to the end zone, so it's a touchback. We got the ball. We won the game 40-32. We scored 40 straight points in the second half and overtime to win the game. But we did stuff that no one else did. We were on the forefront of that. Same with offense. Like, we were running this stuff with RPOs that people just weren't doing. And we watched people like Gus Malzahn and other people like that who are, in other states. Gus Malzahn coached like I think it was Western Kentucky, in high school before he ended up getting the opportunity. He was a high school coach. And I might be wrong. Might be someone else I'm thinking about. But we had a guy who's a big-time coordinator, offensive coordinator in SEC, who had deep roots in Western Kentucky. And I'm not talking about the college. I'm talking about just the Western Kentucky part of the state. we've got a lot of guys, man, who are innovative, and that comes from at least here locally. We had Hal Mummy as a coach at the University of Kentucky who coached at Valdosta State before he came here. And they ran the air raid offense. And what Mummy did, which a lot of people didn't agree with, but, they always lined up in the same formation. It was always a tight end to the right and 2 receivers to the left. So, it was always 4 receivers, 1 running back. But he played fast tempo, up-tempo offense. And it helped the game of football in the state of Kentucky grow because we were throwing the ball around. When Tim Couch was here in like 1997 or whatever, Kentucky threw the ball 60 times a game. Couch was throwing the ball for 400 yards a game at UK. They couldn't stop a nosebleed, but it was fun.
Joseph, yes.
And it helped football grow because a lot of our coaches got out of their shell of just running the veer and running power I and running wishbone and running wing T and all those. What I call those are gimmick offenses.
Throwbacks back.
I mean, they were Eric Crouch and Tommy Frazier.
Now you've got guys running 4 wide receivers and running spread options. So they've incorporated the option game, but now they're doing it from more of a spread offense, and it's a numbers game. You're counting hats now. You're counting helmets to see how many guys are in the box. And if you have the advantage, then you run the ball. If they're going to sit there and stack the box, now you're throwing screens and stuff like that. So it's a game of chess. It's back and forth.
Yeah.
Joe Jermaine was my guy.
That's a pick. That's a bad throw.
I hit the wrong button.
That's the wrong button. I've seen that. I've done it many times.
Damn. I hit a man wide open.
Yeah, you did.
Jesus.
Wide open.
Defense. Defense.
Able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time.
Little mesh concept.
Nice mesh.
Yeah, right there. Gun split twins mesh.
Bro was a little slow.
I'm running mesh and I'm running drive, guys. I mean, that's the heart of my offense. I'm going to sit there and use that, run smash concepts on the outside.
Defense.
I don't just spam running the corner routes. I don't. I mean, that's.
Backfield.
I'm going to make you guard my guys underneath, and then once you start coming up, then we're going to try to beat you over top. But if you start off just trying to throw the ball deep, there is no coming back from that. You've got to make the defense realize that you're going to do stuff short, mid-range, and then they've got to worry about covering that, and they've got to make adjustments. They're going to do stuff that's different because everyone runs the same thing. I mean, they're all running cover 4, they're running quarters, they're running palms. Teams are running what looks like a cover 2, and then they're taking their corners and putting them 10 yards deep and dropping, hard flats 20 yards with the adjustments. And now they're covering 30 yards because everyone runs corner routes. It's spam the same play. It's a copycat offense, just like the NFL's a copycat league.
Okay.
So when I, pick up the controller and I'm running some of this other stuff that is kind of unique, with mesh, with drive, Texas routes. When I say Texas route, I'm not talking about our formation and we run Texas, which is 4 verticals. I'm talking about the running back running a Texas route out of the backfield, which is like an angle route.
Boy, that's got to get you pumped as a quarterback. When you see your wide receivers blocking.
Because what's everyone going to do? Everyone's taking their middle linebacker and they're trying to cover the seams first, and then work their way back down. Well, by the time that running back runs that first out, it changes the trajectory of that defense. That linebacker now is thinking, oh, he's running to the flats. I've got to get the flats. I got to cover this. And by the time he makes that Z-line to the flats, now the running back then cuts it up. He puts a foot in the ground, runs the Texas route up the middle of the field, and, you're picking up 8 yards every time. Especially if you got a receiver, running back that actually catch the ball. Tech first natty.
Gotta make the stop.
Ain't no stop, Mike. You ain't stopping nobody. I like Tebow, man, with this 3-3-5 stack that he does on defense. And then, of course, offense, he can throw the ball more than just his RPO.
50 seconds.
All right, Jones, let's go, baby.
No, they decided that they want to play at the national championship field. So they're at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is in Atlanta. So they're playing in the Atlanta Falcons Stadium. So, yeah, we were waiting to see Lane Field because we were thinking they were going to play that, the song that replaces Enter the Sandman. But they didn't. They were actually playing at the home of the national championship, one of the national championships. I don't think it's this year's. Maybe it is. I'm I'm not looking it up. I don't care. But yeah, they're playing at Mercedes-Benz Stadium right now.
Everything is realistic.
Halfback lead.
Hey, Ben, I'm with you, buddy.
Got lots of
Let's
room,
go
but he's gonna take
VT.
a shot, and he's
Throws another
looking back
pick.
there.
Why y'all do Drone's arm like that though?
He did.
I wasn't.
A little noodle arm.
Yeah, Ben, if you go back and watch the very beginning of the video,
Little crossbody.
after this, Mike Vick did play at Lane Stadium. They were playing. I believe he did. Was playing against Virginia before Tebow showed up. Tebow was a little bit late.
Whichever KSU you were hoping for, I got neither.
I wish they had the license for it, but you know, Enter Sandman is something that they protect, like their life depends on it, and it's not worth paying that exorbitant amount for license when they've got to pay for all the other stuff. Like it's UK, they've got Kroger Field, so they're paying for that, and it's great. I mean, that's free advertising. If Kroger's on the field,
Liberty.
that's free advertising. You know, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, free advertising. But they're not going to pay extra when they got to pay, you know, players $600 a piece, and then they're paying Arch Manning, you know, $50,000. They're paying the ambassadors, cover athletes, 5 figures to sell the game. I mean, that's what they are doing. They're out here promoting the game.
Let's go, baby. Let's stop.
That's why. And then, you know, everyone gets pissed at Manning. Is like, well, Archie Manning said that Arch wasn't going to take any NIL money until he was the starter. Okay, that was great. That was what the plan was initially. But, yes, he's the backup. He's now in the game. If his thought process was, I'm going to take, if EA wants to give me 50, 60,000, I can take half the money and I can donate to my favorite charity. I can give it to the Boys and Girls Club. But on top of that, when you bring in the Manning family, but their name carries weight. So now he did a video with him and Eli Manning. Eli's telling him, hey, call this, this, and this. And, you know, he's pushing the buttons on the game. Just wait until...
Left side slot fade.
Bro, you got to pick that.
I'm going to say you this, okay? Just wait until the Manning cast happens on ESPN this year and they're doing Monday Night Football. And you're going to have Eli and Peyton Manning doing a skit about college football because of the Manning family. Buddy, you paid $50,000 to the Manning family or whatever. I mean, they're giving whatever. You can't pay for advertising that good. You can be pissed all you want and be like, man, they give a backup quarterback $50,000.
Do you think Lamar Jackson was the best college
Manning,
player?
that name carries weight behind
The
it.
last 10 years? A little bit.
It's free advertising. You're 1,000% right, man.
So in that game,
EA couldn't pay. They couldn't have took $50,000 and spent it anywhere better than that for advertising.
I don't know. I mean,
Because you know they're going to sit there and sell. They'll bring. I mean, they're going to talk about it. I mean, he's carrying the weight. They'll probably have tweets and stuff like that. Play college football 25 and all this stuff, and you're going to have commercials on that. The Mannings, man, what they've been doing, and bringing Pat McAfee to do what he does on his show, on Matt or on NFL games and college games, whenever they were doing the broadcasts and stuff and standing in the end zone and acting foolish. It's different. I mean, it's changed the way people want to watch games. I don't want to sit there now and watch people in the booth calling a game. I'll be honest. I don't want to watch that. I would rather listen to Peyton and Eli Manning call a game and listen to their life experience, and Peyton with that big ass head put on a helmet and try to make adjustments and stuff. I want to see that. I want to see them bring on. Now, I'm not happy with all the guests they bring on, but it's fun. It is fun watching the Mannings. It's fun watching Pat McAfee do games, doing interviews at Texas games. You might not be a Texas fan. I'm not, but I mean, I'm watching Matthew McConaughey. Watching him do interviews. I'm watching him bring that guy from Top Gun, Maverick, whatever it was. I mean, whatever. They're promoting college football, man, and I'm on board with that all day.
All right, Hail Mary. Yeah, I was trying to throw the slant. I hit the wrong button.
No, hey, Ben, you're 1,000% right. I mean, but they don't think that way. Because if you put Enter Sandman in the game,
he was consistent.
And it's EA. I mean, like, hey, think about how many people are going to hear music for the first time and be like, you know what? What is this?
Got the Mariota shot.
I didn't know about no Metallica and Enter the Sandman.
Jarek McKinnon.
Like, for real? What is that song? I might go cop that and go download, go on Apple and they're making money on streaming, whatever. So it's, you got to protect your intellectual properties.
Big Ben at Miami wasn't.
But sometimes you give away for the greater good because now it's going to benefit you. So I wholeheartedly agree. Yes, Ben. I'm hoping as a University of Louisville fan that we have the Joker and the Thief, because that's become the biggest thing in Louisville in the last probably 2
I
years
love the kick. Kickoff
is that we play that as an
Yeah.
introduction, and then when we play a video between the third and fourth quarter, which shows Muhammad Ali, the great one from Louisville, we show a video where he talks about, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm a champion from Louisville, Kentucky. It gets the crowd hyped up, and the next thing you know, we start playing the Joker and the Thief. And it just ramps up, and our players jump around and dance around. And it's intimidating. I mean, when you're playing a game against
Oh, he's
Louisville,
got room. He's got room.
What a play.
He's broken tackle.
when you play a game against Louisville and you look up at in between the quarters,
That's that quick pitch.
our offensive line is on the field dancing. We know that we're going to be ready to go into the fourth quarter, and we still have that energy. We don't have our head down because we're losing.
A gain of 11.
It gets everyone ramped up, man. Just like Wisconsin does. The jump around would have been nice. If jump around would have been in the game. That's what makes all these college experiences unique.
I love that little piece.
You know, it's not. It's more than.
Oh,
Oh, that's a terrible pitch, and that goes into.
Yeah, he just stopped.
Oh, yeah. He
Did I do
stopped.
that?
So what you guys notice there is there's 3 different variations when you press the button.
There are
You've
two
got
types of pitches. If you tap it, it does your quick pitch.
you got
Hold it, it does a strong pitch, and leads them outside.
so
It
tap
makes
it,
the open field, you
quick
hold the
pitch,
right
hold
bumper,
it, strong
it'll
pitch,
give you that strong
and then there's
pitch.
another way that you can press a button that also does a fake pitch. So you could fake it like you're going out there, and the quarterback can also keep the ball. So, you have 2 different pitch types, and they have different degrees of, whether or not they're going to be effective, whether or not your guy has to stop or he can catch the ball on a run with momentum. So you're going to have to play around with that in practice mode. If you're going to run any kind of speed option, read option, lead option, all that stuff, man. Triple option. If you're running Navy, Army, Air Force, you got to learn.
Into the tackle.
That was sweet.
That right there.
You got to learn the mechanics of running the option.
About this game.
Nice hurdle.
Yo, the movement is
Really
out of
fun.
this world.
It was really fun.
And okay, so let me chime in there. So you see this guy hurdles the guy laying on the ground, right? Tim Tebow didn't press the Y button and hurdle. That's a feature that, because that running back had high awareness,
4th and 2.
he makes that juke, that hurdle, that jurtle himself. So you see stuff like that as you play Madden, and now it's carried over to college football, which is
Love
nice.
Hey, do you?
Love it. Yeah, you got it,
As
man.
opposed to that guy running into the guy laying on the ground and tripping over
rebuild.
top of him. That's not going to happen. It's not going to be realistic anyway. I mean, the player is going to try to avoid the obstacle in his way and hurdle him.
We got to challenge.
2. Empty back to. Oh! Oh!
Good job,
He
Trey.
caught it.
Let's
It's
go.
coverage.
That's what you do. Let's go.
Woo!
I couldn't call a better defense
You
than that.
couldn't have. It was a great call, and it was
I couldn't have called a better
sucky call by me, and it was a great job.
Hey,
by Trey
I'm
coming up.
excited because you see that DB was trying to play through his body and use the right arm to play through and try to knock the ball away. He just
Make a
missed the
play.
ball. Tebow's eating it, man. When he wants to sit here and throw this
We got a good line over there and everything.
this comeback route at 8 yards, it's been there all day.
Billy,
It is there
Billy
all day.
Napier's got a team.
Them boys blocking.
He runs that. It's 3x2. I mean, it's empty set. But that number 8 is eating every time he wants to catch that ball in the comeback. He does.
Lagway. Little handoff.
Lag way.
But gotta realize on any play call comes properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones being hit just when you need it. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
They'll try the option play here.
There you go. Good dig.
They'll bring him down after just a
So, what do you guys think about the commentary? I mean, I know we've had Herb Street for years, but what about Chris Fowler
So now
out
they,
here?
they've flipped it in college football. So if you don't want to hand the ball off, you hit the A button.
It's a different option that I was missing.
That was that little slot option.
second down.
Well, the pure variety of
I'll have
option
to
plays
get
is
that one
insane.
figured out. It's cool. I really like
There he
it.
goes. He actually split the difference there. So, but he gave up the flats because he went with the inside guy.
I think
I mean,
I
that guy
think
took
those
away.
options are gonna be the one that's
He
killer, where you have the
he
read,
has
you have the flat
he
route,
has the
which is
flats.
so tough to defend.
And Vick actually took
Yeah,
the
because
guy and
they
ran
covered
inside
that
and
there.
covered the number 3
That fly
receiver
route.
and left the flat sitting wide, bucking open, wide
Ask
open.
Vick if he's sick of the
He's
cocaine
naked out
yet.
there. Now we got 3x1 and we got the trips into the boundary.
Trying to figure out a way to
You're not
stop.
going to run that. You're going to run the ball all day. You're not going to throw the ball out in the flats when you're going to catch the ball and run out of bounds. So That's just a little bit of
After
common
first
sense,
down,
guys. If
none
you
of
see
the
that
new college
trips into the boundary, be prepared. They're running the
Fours
read
up.
option.
We
They're
have
actually going to run the ball.
Fours up.
Fours up in the studio, fours up in the chat. Let me see
Fours
those
up,
fours
baby.
flying
Fours
in
up,
the
man,
chat.
for the fourth
Throw
quarter.
your fours up.
I've seen some amazing things happen in the fourth.
Hear that Mo Bamba playing now in fourth.
The offense pushing the ball down the field.
Oh, I missed him.
It's Lagway. Catches made behind the line of scrimmage. They get him down quickly.
There we go.
Not much of a
Good
game tonight.
chat. We got your fours.
Listen to Mo Bamba.
Lagway.
And a 7. I don't know what the 7 was. Shout out to the 7. Lagway's been playing good. Yeah, Lagway's good.
Space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so
Bamba?
elusive. But
Mo
defense,
Bamba.
like I said, did a
Smack him.
job in the
Come on.
offense,
I like it.
surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
Man. And we saw some big hits in some of these other games and broadcasts that we've watched previously, where the guys have been smacked and they fumbled the ball. They've coughed up the ball. So
Wow, good defense.
I don't know if it's because
Let me go D.
he's not using the hit stick. So if you get a skilled player here, guys, I mean, I think that he's going to be forcing some of these turnovers as well because this guy is running the ball. So the wear and tear ought to be kicking in. The table route's wide open. He's probably going to take it in the house. He got smacked with his
He's into the
touchdown.
end
Knock
zone.
his head off.
Oh, that's a competitor in, man. He gave him a touchdown, but he smacked him. Mike Vick is hype right now. He's like, I just gave him a touchdown, but you're going to feel that one. You're going to feel that one. He smacked him.
Nice strong drive right here.
I ain't got nothing wrong with that, man. Hey,
Strong finish.
you might be a yard in the end zone. I'm still hitting you. What are you going to do? Give me a penalty? Okay, back it up. We're down 28-7. You're going to remember that hit.
Oh man,
Going for a fourth down and
it was
block
fun to
punts
watch.
and everything.
It was just fun to watch, man.
So watching Tebow here, he's in that 3-3-5 high.
For the week.
So he's putting guys over top. He doesn't
There
want to
was
give up.
something that was just
He'll give
hard
up
to
anything
get
underneath here, but he's got his guys
Took a lot of pride in.
3 deep coverage, and you got the guys doing it. I like this defense, man. I really do.
Out of your national.
He's going to give up the out here, but I mean, whatever. I mean, you just at this point in time, there's less than 3 minutes to go in the game. He's up 21. Keep that deep shell.
Favorite.
Make him have to work the ball down the field methodically,
I was hurt too.
and you know you're going to be.
As far as like, and I didn't
Burning
really
the clock.
do much. I was just
So-
kinda like,
If Mike Vick's going to have a chance to actually win the game, he's got to score here quickly. And he's
Big
conceded
shot.
this fact. I mean, they're just
we heard so much about him.
they're just playing right now, and that's fine. But look at this, man. You've got 3 guys. You've got 5 guys at the second level and 3 guys deep. I wish that this guy on the left side of the screen at safety would probably be on the hash.
There you go, Jones.
Tim, do you have a favorite game from your college career? The one that sticks out?
Obviously,
What I don't like, and let me know how you guys feel about this. Please chime in. I don't like the play art, the way the game, the plays are diagrammed. I just think that it doesn't do it for me.
getting to play like in Jackson.
Like I don't like this play art.
Getting to play
I don't.
team in the state.
I don't know what it is. It just looks.
Largest outdoor
It
cocktail.
looks cheap to me. Maybe I'm off base. Maybe I'm off target on this. I don't like the way this stuff's drawn up.
Well, we were talking about the skinny post. I love the skinny post, but I also I'm biased, but I love the jump pass.
The jump pass, come on.
We were fortunate to go through, I believe, my whole career in.
Ooh, tight.
He is not. That's not
Look at
big.
Tutty.
That is not big.
Look at that.
Jones, baby.
That is not
That's
big.
Calvin Jones, baby. Got to go for 2.
Woo.
Got to go for
That is.
That was
It
nice.
was you.
you.
Yes.
Respect.
That was nice.
Had to pull one off.
Hey, I can get excited right now, man. I'm just sitting there watching, so I can watch someone else have
boy
some good
tightrope.
experiences and be excited. Because if
Y'all
that's
were
me on
right
the other end,
about angles.
Yeah.
I'm laser focused. So I'm not going to have time for these kind of reactions. Less than 48 hours from now, when this game comes out on Monday
Picked up.
at 4 p.m. Monday.
Pass it off.
I'm somebody that
Thank you,
DB was
Sean.
beating
I
us
thought
so
I was
bad
hoping it was
back
just it
in the
wasn't me.
end zone.
I did not like the play art at all.
Nice kick.
Let's bring it.
Bringing it
I mean, I don't care if they use the
last
graphics and
drive.
play art from 14. I don't care. I don't like this, man. This looks like some off-brand, not EA associated game. I mean, this looks like one of the cheap games that are being made right now that have independent, developers and stuff like that, putting together some stuff that, you're downloading on your phone.
Boy came up that edge strong.
Second and 10 here.
13.
28-13, 144. We need the rock. I seen him come out the backfield. That was nice.
That was a nice
play. Nice
See
play,
that
man.
on
He did pretty good in this.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch. Gets the first down in the process.
Oh, the SEC chants in the national championship.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's kinda sweet.
That's crazy.
That's pretty sweet.
Really?
I'm a fan.
Really?
Tell him.
Really? Yo, that was crazy. A lot of hidden gems in this.
They must have
Really
went to a
cool.
Kentucky game to get the SEC
Yeah,
champ
it's really-
because, they've got to live on the laurels of everyone else in the conference. So
That won't make everybody
Alabama
happy,
wins,
though.
and you've got Kentucky fans going SEC, SEC. Must be in Commonwealth Stadium.
Oh no!
Threw a pick.
Oh, he just sat over there in that little flat zone.
I know O-Dog like that, man. I'm throwing strays again at UK. The hate for Kentucky is real. It's not made up. It is definitely real, man. I hate Kentucky Wildcats.
They ain't retired, they ain't. That went up in the wrap.
Are you kidding me?
And the Virginia Tech offense is back out on the field.
See, man, he's in this 3-5-3.
Man rush. Quick throw to the flat.
What
Picks up
was
two.
that? That boy there.
But it's a 2-yard pass, man. You're down 15 now with under a minute to go. I know, O-Dog, you're probably going to use Kentucky in the dynasty.
Make sure that doesn't happen again.
No, the only it's just generic FCS schools in the game right now.
There's the snap. And he's looking to throw.
Wide
Offside,
open.
got him open between.
Wide
the
open,
Nice
Tutty.
throw. Makes a man miss into the end zone.
Wide open.
Tutty.
Touchdown. This quarterback on fire.
Now, is he kicking this one? It looked like he lined up to kick the extra point. So now it's going to be 28-20. So he has to get 2 on the next one.
Down by 9.
So if he does get a stop, he's got 3 timeouts.
Possession.
So
Has any
kick the ball
college
off,
quarterback had better biceps than Tim.
get a
Twitch chat's
stop.
fun, man. Twitch chat is fun.
And the answer is no.
You heard it here first.
Biceps is good for about nothing in sports.
He's going to start this drive at the. Was it the 15? Yeah. And I see it for the first time where it says 1st and 10. That's the first time I actually noticed the down where the yard marker's at. So this is going to be 1st and 10 from the -15 here.
I'm just happy we fought back.
And the Gators expect to be
He's in 3-by-1.
block out here in the final.
He runs the ball. I'm calling timeout immediately. I mean, that's what you have to do. And there it is. You just got to make a tackle. He's going for the strip timeout.
Get that ball
Can't
back.
give
You
up
gotta
8
try to
yards
get the
on
ball
1st
back.
down when you got to get a stop.
Teach y'all a little something about strategy out there.
As much clock as possible. Second down after the previous play.
No, man, it's Schnellenberger with his pipe coming out leading Miami.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun.
Nice run. Nice run.
Tackle made after a solid game.
Nice run.
But I'll take Jimmy Johnson all day, man. That dude had Miami coming out of airplanes wearing camo. At the end of the day, it's all about winning football
Shit,
games.
Over and over. It's just in your head.
Man, this just makes you feel like you're watching a national championship or something.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun.
Gotta make that tackle.
Ooh! The outside spin to the inside spin. Good lord.
Oh,
All the way to the 41.
features are being used.
The features are in play.
In play.
Chris there, the old pin and pull there to the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to
Hey.
create a great push.
BT.
Crease in the back.
D-line this year. Go, we gotta get it, baby.
Yeah, O-Dog, you're going to like it. I mean, I really believe you will. I mean, I never thought, like on College Ultimate Team before, I hated it.
The team playing better
But
with
after
that
playing
ranking,
Madden
they
for
go
the
up,
last
like, online. modes
11
of
years
their,
and
actual-
you know, really
you're playing
recently in the last
Dynasty,
yeah.
4 years,
Get
my
him!
experience
Get
with
him!
Ultimate Team has been
That boy's
phenomenal.
strong.
I don't have to get on there and play
Yeah,
head to head
so-
against
All right,
actual
well,
Florida
people.
wins the
Though.
national title.
Florida wins
That's
the
gotta feel
national
good.
title.
I'm satisfied
It's a
playing
good game.
That was fun. It
All
was
right, so-
just an
Playing
honor
solo
for me to
battles.
play against one of the best
There's
players,
crossplay in it,
favorite players.
so you know, solo battles, solo challenges.
Legends in the building. Tim Tebow and Michael Vick with us. All right, we want to look at one more thing. So Tim, what we're going to have is we want to see Florida in action on the road. So Mike, you're welcome to stick around if you want to play. I've been told they want Alabama or LSU. If you got time to stick around, cool. If
Yeah.
not, we'll do it. We'll rock a little SEC matchup.
Yeah, yeah. We play a little 3-minute game.
All right, so
Yeah, so 3-minute
I'm
game.
out of here, guys. I've got something to do, so this is almost 2 hours long with this reaction. I'm going to jump off here though. I'm going to release a video in the morning though, which will be watching some Dynasty.
No, you go home.
No, they want Florida on the road.
But I'm going to jump off here. I've got
Jaden Milroe or
got something to do. I'm going to be playing someone here. So I've got a game to play myself.
custom matchup being set
So,
up here.
If
By the way,
Fertile
big
can
shout out
do,
to
you
the
know.
entire Twitch chat who's been with us all
Let's
day
see.
long.
Since there is
You guys
crossplay now, do those
we got
cut
a whole
benefits
nother day of
stack?
content coming tomorrow. We'll give you that schedule coming up
here we
at the
go.
end of this. So
I don't know if they do or not. I honestly don't know if they stack or not.
yeah, Bama's a really good player.
So anyway, I'm going to jump off here. If you guys want to continue watching, go over to Twitch and keep following this. They're going to play. It looks like one more game, but for 3 minutes. I'm going to jump on. I've got a game I've got to play myself, so I've got to jump off here. But you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'll have some more content coming out in the morning. Okay. So Fair Kings,
That's 3 minutes.
and I am